evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A good karma brands radio station. Don.
Give me a piece of wood. I'll eat it.
Hahn.
Peter, the most you sweat is at a buffet.
And Rosenberg.
I'll be honest, the one thing I miss about having an office is the taste of Steve Hart's nuts.
This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
3:01 in a bitterly cold city in the middle of December, just 2 weeks away from Christmas. How's everybody doing? Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg were light of player today as Peter Rosenberg is out for his paternity leave. And don't even get me started on that. But good, let him take advantage of something that I just wasn't told about when I had my twins.
It's a great time of year.
But that's a bad job out of me.
Yeah.
But good job. No, he's around, and he's going to freshen up, and we'll see him on January 2nd.
Yep.
But so it's me and Alan.
See him on the other
Thelma
side.
and Louise holding hands, but instead of going off the cliff, we're climbing the mountain of sports radio.
What's up,
and then we're going to get to the top and wave to everybody down below and say, look at us.
Haters, Don and Hahn.
See?
Right before Christmas.
What you
could
have
like it. How you feeling? Because
cold. Seriously.
Yeah.
Cold.
You had a busy weekend. We had a great time Friday. Again, shout out to everybody who came out to your mother's house. And I dragged you a little deeper into Long Island to Borelli's. And Pusick, by the way, who doesn't go to anything, came along with us.
He is such a good time, too. He deprives people. He's like he's a big tease is what he is.
Think so?
No, I won't. No, I won't. No, I won't. And then you get a big yes, I will.
He teases you with that little chin music he's got going. Just teases you with it.
But the food was fantastic. They treated us so well.
Shout out to Cody.
Yeah.
And Frank, too. Thank you so much.
Cody
they were
Frank.
really good to us. And we'll be there. By the way, the Islanders for about 7 minutes on Saturday. We're in first place.
We're in first place, yes.
Which is pretty exciting. An amazing day at UBS. They celebrated Pat LaFontaine. Very emotional Pat LaFontaine telling stories. How fitting that the next teenage sensation scores a goal, right? Matthew Schaefer. Mm-hmm. But having all the players back was a cool thing. And to see the franchise, they're winning, they're playing well. And I'm just saying, not like we need a reason, but if they have a little run, I know you're going to you hope to be busy with the Devils as well, but if they have a little run, who says we can't go back to Long Island, in the spring? A little playoff show out in Borelli's maybe.
Well, here's what I can hope for. That the Devils make a run, but even if they make a run.
Oh, a series.
I'm only good for the first round.
Yep.
That's all MSG would have.
Mm-hmm.
So if we get to the second round, and maybe they're playing each other in the second round, but whatever, then I would be free. Whether the Devils are eliminated or even advanced, I'd be done. My last day would be whatever the last game of their season or their first round would be.
Mm-hmm.
Go on out to Borelli's, do a remote before a game.
Love it.
I'm going to be out there coming up Wednesday. Was it Wednesday?
Yes. Zach's coming home today, and Gracie, and Zach's girlfriend are going to that game.
Yeah, the 23rd. Islanders, Devils.
Yep.
Devils go out to Vegas. I'm not going because that's a TNT game. Then I'm going to fly out to Utah. We're coming back that night.
Wait, so you and I together through Wednesday. Because eventually you got to go to Utah, so you probably leave Thursday.
I'm going to leave. I got a flight Thursday night to Utah.
Right. So we got 3 days together.
Right.
That's great.
But then I'm going to be off.
Me too.
I am working the 22nd. I've made that sacrifice. I'm going to work the 22nd.
We are.
And when I agreed to it, it was, maybe Brian Dable will be fired. Well, he got fired. Maybe Aaron Glenn will get fired. No, I don't think that's going to happen either.
But they did fire their defensive coordinator.
They did. We'll get to that in a second. But, I'll be out at UBS. You should bring the fam.
No, they're going.
Well, are you going?
I have a game.
Oh, you
Knicks
have a
are
Knicks
playing. Yeah.
So, but I'll go see Zach and the family.
Oh,
Tell me where they're going to be.
They'll find you. Trust me. You know Zach. Zach walks around.
I love
UBS.
Like UBS is amazing.
It's a great spot. Yeah.
And it just brings me back because whenever I do a game at UBS, it really brings my career full circle.
Mm-hmm.
Because just down the street from UBS is where I got my whole start at Sports Phone. It was in Floral Park, New York.
Yep.
You drive down Hempstead Turnpike. You know Hempstead Turnpike.
Yes, of course.
So it's Elmont, Long Island. So it's just Belmont Park.
Right.
You just get through Belmont Park.
Right. You head east.
There's a OTB on the corner, on the left-hand side, all right? And then there was a place, I think it was called the White Tavern. It was like a block away on that same side with the OTB. So I think the OTB was on the right, the White Tavern was on the left.
Okay.
You made a left on that road, and right to the right was the building where Sports Phone was. And down the road, there was a bar we used to go to called Halligan's.
Nice.
So whenever we had an early night, there was no late West Coast games. We'd all go out, for a few drinks,
for a pop. Yep.
And talking about where is our career going. We're making $8 an hour. I swear to God, if I'm here next year, kill me. Now, we'd have those conversations over beer. Like, I loved Sports Phone, but it's like, dude, I need to get my career going.
That
here.
was
I'm stuck in Scranton. I need to get called up.
That was us at Champions back in the day.
Right.
After just saying that where are we going from here? All the crazy stuff, and it's amazing. But it is full circle for you. For sure.
So if you had whispered to Don LaGreca, it was like 22 years old, 23 years old. Hey, one day there's going to be an arena down the street.
Right.
The Islanders are going to move to this brand new arena. You'd be going to call games at that arena. Okay. Calling what? Calling people names outside the arena?
Right.
Selling pencils for pennies?
Into a tape recorder?
You're going to be doing Devil games there. I'll be like, wow. So that but the arena's amazing. I always loved the Coliseum because the vibe.
Yeah.
Wasn't aesthetically pleasing, and it didn't have all the luxuries of a new building.
No, but
when
it felt
you went
old
in there,
school.
it felt old school. It was loud. It was cool. UBS is everything. It's loud, it's cool, but it's also a beautiful arena. So I'll be there next Wednesday.
Yeah.
But shout out to everybody over there. They treated us very well. Food was fantastic.
It's exactly what you would expect, right?
So mark
that's
it
what
down.
we love. But that's what we want to do. So hopefully we can make that happen. But there's a lot of season left to play. Quickly on one last thing on Hockey View, because we do have a little bit of the reunion tonight at the Garden. Kreider. Right?
Yeah, we'll get to that.
But you had a back-to-back, although the first game was a national game. But that was pretty big news, though. Quinn Hughes in town.
I had both games.
I thought the first game was a national game.
No. Devils Ducks, Devils Canucks. That's what I had this weekend, Saturday and Sunday.
Well, Saturday I was with Gracie and volleyball stuff, so I did not get a chance to watch. But the Quinn Hughes stuff goes down. He's in town. Like, it's the most bizarre thing.
While the Devils were playing the Ducks, the Canucks were at the Devils practice facility practicing.
So he's literally there, and all he had to do, because everybody thought he was going to be a Devil. And obviously it didn't happen. Like how was it? Is it disappointing? Is it it's a matter of time?
No,
it does feel like
listen, if you look at social media, they all want Fitz fired. How do you make this deal? And people are also spinning Quinn Hughes, saying how much he loved Minnesota. That I don't know. Were we allowed to say what Quinn said, Anthony? I know we were allowed to say Cube. I'll change it to cubes just to be safe.
Okay.
That Quinn said that loved Bill Guerin. He had the cubes to make the deal. So people looked at that and taking a shot at Fitz. Take a look at the return they got. All right. They got Marco Rossi. He's a really good. He's not a first line center, but he's a good second line two-way center.
Okay.
Who's playing first line for them because Vancouver certainly depleted. Devils didn't have that. They're light a center with Hughes out.
Right.
They've got Mercer playing center. They didn't have a center of Rossi's abilities to give.
And they wanted a center.
Okay. And they wanted a defenseman that, if you look at Bulliam, I only watched him the one game a little bit when the time in Minnesota. He's another one like 20,
19,
21
20 years old, right?
And
really young.
Amazing. That would have been Nemitz, right? So they had Nemitz. They had the defenseman.
Yeah.
But I didn't think. And they had a prospect. They could have given a prospect up. They didn't have the center of Rossi's ability. Detroit was in on it. The Rangers, for some reason, I don't know what center the Rangers could have given up. So I think give Guerin credit. He went for it. He only knows he's got him for 2 years.
Maybe that's
then
what
he becomes
he means
a free
by
agent.
Cubes, though. Like, he knows I'm not going to be here
That's
long,
the way I
and
took
he's still
it.
going for
because
it.
a lot of people be, I don't want to take a rental. You're already almost halfway through the first season. And you got it. You got 2 chances to win.
It's got to be less that than it is about Fitz because first of all, why would you do that? Your brothers play there. Second, if you had the conversation and you let him know, like, look, no matter what, I'm going into free agency. Like, I'm not going to sign anything. And Guerin's like, you know what? The hell with it. I'm doing it anyway because maybe we can convince you and we can win along the way. And so there's some cubes.
The convincing thing is the rumors, and again, I haven't heard anything from the Quinn family. I mean, the Hughes family.
Yep.
But that he's going to come here. He wants to play with his brothers.
They all want to play together.
They all want to play together. They're all under contract
in
beyond the next 2 years. So when he becomes a free agent, he'll come here. So if you're Tom Tom Fitzgerald, you're looking at it and going, I'm going to have him in 2 years.
Yeah.
So how much am I going to be giving up? Plus, I don't have what Minnesota's looking for. Minnesota's a really good team.
At all. I had a question to Anthony and Ray, and prior to the show started. I asked him what was, I guess, the NFL NBA comparison for the Quinn Hughes trade, because I saw it come across my timeline, and I was like, ooh, and I saw a bunch of people going crazy. Good. So I was wondering, I guess, what would be the comparison, like player comparison for Quinn Hughes?
Like an NBA trade comp.
Well, this is he won the Norris Trophy.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Probably one of the top 3-4 defensemen in the league. McCarr, to me, is the best defenseman, but he's right there.
Yeah, and it's like but you know you don't have him long term, so you're making the trade. Is it Kawhi?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Because you don't know if you have him, but you're like, the hell with it. Let's see if we can do something while he's here. And
I didn't think, and I don't know if anybody going into the season,
Minnesota's good, not great.
But
right?
did anybody have Toronto as a champion at the beginning of the year, or a quarter pole of that season?
Right.
Minnesota is the third best team in the West. Unfortunately, the two teams that are better than them are both in their same division, which means if everything stays the same, they're going to probably have to play Dallas in the first round of the playoffs and get bounced in the first round.
Right.
But if they won, and maybe Colorado gets picked off in the first round, the point is, Bill Guerin's a champion. All right, he's won a cup as a player. He sees a chance to go for it, and he's going for it.
Okay.
So I think that's what when he talked about Cubes, he's talking about there's a guy that had the guts to make a deal knowing that there's a very good possibility, if not 100%, that I'm gone in a year and a half.
Yeah.
And still felt like his fans and this team deserved to make a run. We'll see if it works out for him. Devil fans are upset. Devils are depleted, man. Going into that game against the Ducks.
Score.
But you got no Hughes. You find out no Gritzuk. You find out there's no Nemitz in that game. We're all like, we're going to get killed by 6 points and by goals, and they turn around and win the game. And then the reverse happens. The next day, they get taken on a depleted Vancouver team, no Hughes, that just made a deal. They're the worst team in the league. And the Devils end up losing that game. That's why sports is so amazing. You don't have it panned out. Really, the only thing you set your watch to in sports is that the Jets and Giants are going to lose on Sunday.
Yeah, that happened.
And, it was about that time yesterday. Certainly, the Jets are going up against a team that needed the game. Jacksonville's much better. But it got there.
Are they that much better? Was it
not 48-20?
Did you take the Jets in the points?
Not in our thing, but on the Daily News I did.
I thought who did?
I took the Giants.
Did Peter do? I thought somebody was trying to convince me that the Jets.
No, Don took the Giants.
I took the Giants.
That's what you did.
Which turned out to be a better pick than the Jets.
Oh, yes. I thought somebody's thought the Jet. I'm like, going to Jackson. Like, well, they get away from home. It's a better play.
I was telling you that it's probably easier for the Jets to play.
Yeah, no.
It
clearly was
Jacksonville.
Clearly
than it is at MetLife Stadium.
Steve Wilks out, not a surprise. It seems like Steve Wilks, wherever he goes lately, he doesn't last very long.
No, he's one and done pretty much everywhere.
It was an odd or curious decision for Aaron Glenn to hire him to begin with, and a lot of it, I thought, well, Glenn's never been a head coach. Wilks at least has, and maybe you want one of your coordinators, because Engstrand's obviously a kid. So I need somebody on my coaching staff that has been a head coach that understands how to handle all the daily machinations of being a head coach. Perhaps that's the decision, but he'll still have his hands all over the defense, but that wasn't the case. As we heard in the postgame, this is Steve Wilks' defense. This is the way he plays it, and the players clearly, nobody wanted to talk after the game, Don. I felt like that was it. That was the alarm. The defense has been bad.
Yeah.
But they did trade away some key defensive pieces. They still have an interception in 15 games?
That's ridiculous. But it was bad with those guys. It's gotten worse without them.
First of all, every blitz got stopped. Every time Trevor Lawrence play action, they fell for it every time. They got sucked in every time. And then, of course, the terrible tackling that was going on, the bad secondary coverage. It was a Trevor Lawrence extravaganza. This guy had a career day, 5 touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. I think only 2 other players or 3 other players have ever done in NFL history. So something had to be done. Do we credit Aaron Glenn for deciding, you know what, I could wait till the end of the year because who cares? But I'm not. I'm stopping it right now.
I heard Michael when I was driving in. His open was another poor decision by Aaron Glenn to bring Wilks in, to bring Justin Fields in. He's worried about Glenn's decision making. All I'll say is this: I still don't buy it was completely, if at all, his call to bring in Fields. I think it was something he owned, but I'm not saying that he's the guy that said, get me Justin Fields. I don't have any evidence of that, but I can't imagine that he came in and that's the one guy that he wanted to bring in.
I can tell you from what I know that the Justin Fields thing was a fait accompli before free agency even began.
Right.
That's why he wouldn't talk to Pittsburgh when they had the exclusive. Right. He said no. He never answered their calls because he knew, I'm out of here, I'm going there.
Right. But I don't believe it was all Aaron Glenn. And as far as Wilks is concerned, it's one of two things to me. It's another a collaboration because somebody else is probably going to tell Glenn, you're going to need a little help, man. You're a first-time head coach. Let's bring in somebody who's been a head coach before. He's a veteran. Mm-hmm. He's a defensive guy. But he's not an Aaron Glenn guy in the sense of running the same system defensively. So that's why I don't think it was 100% his call. But, again, the whole thing the Jets have done, in my opinion, hold on.
Bless you.
I was trying to hold on, I couldn't. Is, again, setting this image of we've got the new sheriff in town. He's completely in charge. He's the alpha male. He owns all the decisions, and I think that's the way Glenn wanted it to be. So he's my quarterback. He's my defensive coordinator. And so I'm not sure I'm gonna look at Fields and look at Wilks and those failures and completely tag Glenn 100% for those. You have to make some decision when you get embarrassed the way they got embarrassed. And you're starting to see a lot of teams. This is the time you start letting coaches go because you still have a rest of the season, but you just can't look your players in the face and say, we know this guy's got to go, but we're only 3 games away from it being. You can't do that. You got to hold guys accountable, and you have to hold Wilks accountable for a defense that's gotten worse. It looked like it gave up yesterday. Somebody has to answer to that. So I'm not ready to throw Glenn out because of the Wilks decision. Mm-hmm. It looked like the right decision to fire him. Maybe should have fired him earlier. But sometimes things come to a head, Alan. Sometimes when you watch a game, you're like, nah, this is a game somebody's getting fired. That looked like a game somebody should be fired.
Oh, God, yes.
And if this is Aaron Glenn, season 3, season 4, then I would say, this is the game where the coach gets fired. Mm-hmm. This is a game where, we're letting somebody go. Our defensive coordinator's got to go.
Yeah, and that's, I think, offense wasn't that big of an issue. Brady Cook actually looked serviceable. He looked fine.
Sure.
The offense has – it's funny. When Fields doesn't play, the offense doesn't look so bad. It doesn't. There's just simple things of, a loft issue, a lack of freaking talent. That's really all you have. But you don't have those obvious, bad calls and stuff, right? But defensively, my God. For the talent they did have, to start the season anyway, the talent they had on this team, that defense should not have been as bad as it's been. And it's been this bad from start to finish, has it not? When have you said, wow, that was a great defensive game by the Jets? You haven't.
Nope.
They can't get an interception.
No.
They get no takeaways.
How do you not have an interception?
Wild.
Going into week 16. You've played 14
Well, how many
games.
weeks did they go before they got actually a turnover?
Yeah.
They almost went
like 5 or 6.
No, it was more than that.
It was almost half the season.
So, and that's Glenn's specialty. That's why there was a lot of questions about him, because you knew what was the offense going to look like. We don't know. But defensively, they should be good because, A, this guy was a defense coordinator for a really good Lions team, and B, they've got talent on that side of the ball. Yet, all the stuff they were doing, even when they tried to get pressures on quarterback, even when they tried to get to the quarterback, nothing worked. Nothing happened. Mm-hmm. And then Quinnen Williams, they move him out because he's not effective. Now he's being effective. Sauce Gardner, they move him out because they want to get these picks, and we hope they turn into something, which we'll get to in a moment. But this is really Aaron Glenn learning how to be a head coach. As I said, you got to as you want players to develop, new coaches have to develop too. And that includes assessing your coaching staff and knowing this isn't it, and I got to do better. The players aren't happy, and maybe they went, and who knows, maybe some of the guys that didn't want to talk post-game to the media, they might have went to Aaron Glenn.
Yeah,
and said, listen, man, with this guy, I can't do this. And that's when you're Aaron Glenn, I need my culture to be right. I can't ask these players to show up and give everything they have if I have a coach who isn't pulling his weight too. So that's what happened today.
Yeah, because your own credibility as a head coach is going to look bad if you don't see something wrong with your organization and quickly doing something about it. And the other thing that I was going to mention as a reason why Glenn could have been hired is it just doing a favor for a veteran, a guy that's been around a while. Hey, I'll give you a job. Help me out. I can maybe you're a mentor of mine, and maybe you can help me out.
You see that a lot.
And if the players know that, and they see this guy's along for the ride and clearly not doing the job, it's going to come down on you. It's going to look bad on you.
Mm-hmm.
But when you make the decision to let him go, knowing how hard that probably was for Glenn, you can start winning some of those players back by saying, hey, you had our back, and now you let him go. So it's weird even talking about these two damn teams. It's so amazing that we go into a Monday, and we need something like this to even have a reason to open up with the Jets and Giants.
I wouldn't have talked about him any other way. I'm being honest.
I agreed to work the 22nd because you want to have one of us on the air on an NFL Monday.
Mm-hmm.
It's an NFL Monday, right? But this would have been the year to take it off because outside of the possible firing of a head coach, and Dable was fired, a month ago, there's nothing to talk about with these teams. I mean, the Giants, again, can't do anything right. They finally get an Abdul Carter performance, which was amazing. He played like his hair was on fire, but it still results in another loss, which I'm sure Giant fans want because you're hearing all these rumors that if they get the first pick and if the season ended today, they would, that they can trade it and all that, and maybe the Jets will trade up and all that, the conspiracy theories that go along with that. But, again, it's another game in which your quarterback, who everybody loves and believes is the future of your franchise, takes another L. And that just wears on you. And then he starts to do a little bit too much. He ends up throwing the pick at the end of the game. So I don't want him to be damaged through all this. So as much as it helps the Giants to lose to the Raiders and finish with the first overall pick and the worst record in the NFL and all that can do for your draft capital, it can do damage to your young quarterback. Yep. I can't have that. I wanted him. I was listening to the game because I was in the car coming back from the Devils. But like in rewatching the game, I want him to do well. He wasn't great in the first half, better in the second half. I don't know why he was taken from the game. Again, they're so sensitive, the NFL. Oh, my God, Dart, it looked like he got hit in the head. Take him out of the game. Right. He wasn't even hit in the head.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous. But the Giants can't fight it, because especially after what happened with Dable earlier in the year going into the tent. So he disappears for a play or two. Not great. Down near the goal line, and you end up wasting a couple of plays with Winston, and you don't score a touchdown. But I'm hoping, watching the end of that game, Alan, that Dart produces the game-winning drive, because I want that on his resume. I want him to learn from that. And the only way you do that is to win games. The constant losses, I'm telling you, and I'm not pretending that I was any kind of athlete. Alan was way more of an athlete than me. I played in high school. Alan played in college, okay? Not football, but, competitively, we were athletes at some point in our lives. Is that winning doesn't not have lasting effects, okay? I always bring up, you're never losing in a vacuum, okay? It's not like, you lose, you get the picks. These guys are trying, they're studying, they're working their asses off to win. And when you don't win, it grades on you. It creates a disease within the room. Mm-hmm. And if I've got a good young quarterback that I think has a future, I don't want that losing to get to him. He's a competitive kid. He takes these losses hard. I don't want bad habits to be created by that. Find ways to win games.
It's a results-based situation, no matter what. Even development is results-based. And confidence comes from demonstrated performance. And if you haven't done it yet, how do you have confidence in yourself to be able to do it? But you believe you can, but you don't know you can until you do it. And even in a meaningless game, quote unquote, you like to see it. I thought he was fine. I don't think he played great, but I don't think he played bad. They have their guy. But I think eventually we do need to get into a conversation. We do have a binge today, but we do have to get into a conversation about how the Jets and Giants could be in competition in the offseason. Because it could be a really intriguing story that nobody wants to talk about. But I do think it's worth bringing up because, as you said, what the hell else is there to talk about?
The funny thing is, Alan, everybody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to believe it.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
But we're going to get into that a little bit later on.
Oh, yeah. By the way, the Knicks won, and now they're in the NBA Cup Championship tomorrow night.
I don't think it's nothing, but I keep running into Knicks fans who are like,
they're afraid.
Nah, I don't want it.
They're afraid to win. You can't win either way. You can't. So you might as well just win.
Yeah, exactly. They're gonna pick at the scab. Oh, this is the only cup you'll ever win. Or, I believe you can't even win that cup. So they're gonna go after you no matter what.
So you might as well win.
But we did lose a little ammunition with it not being the Thunder because I thought we can at least play the whole test yourself against the best team in the NBA. Yeah. But it's still, Wemby's back. The Spurs are good. It's a chance to win something that can maybe lead to something even bigger. Listen, you blow your nose with this if they win the championship. I get it. And I'm not telling you to take the 7th Avenue. I'm just saying your team is going to be
but it's a
on TV tomorrow.
Yeah.
And the league is going to force them to raise a banner. You might as well win it, right? You gotten this far. I can understand you saying, don't even go to Vegas. But once you get to Vegas and now you beat the Magic and you got a chance to beat the Spurs, it's not nothing, man. Win it all. It's not nothing.
And one last thing on the Knicks. I do have some new Giannis intel.
Okay. Listen, that's not nothing either. So we got Giannis intel. We got the NBA Cup.
Mets trade watch.
We've got Kreider back in town, and his best friend's not playing because he was late for a meeting.
How about that?
I mean, how does that happen?
What was he doing?
All right. And listen, just a little suggestion. I know it was 6 hours ago, but the MSG Twitter handle, the Rangers Twitter handle, don't tweet out Rangers Ducks and have a picture of Zibanejad when he's suspended for the game. All right? Put up an old picture of Kreider or something. Don't put the Zibanejad picture up. Put Panarin. He had a penalty shot goal penalty shot goal against the Canadiens the other night. Get that up there. But Zibanejad gets suspended for being late for a meeting when his best friend's in town. That's just crazy stuff. So 4:30 the Binge. We'll have ENN at 6. We're off at 6:30 because those Rangers are taking on those Ducks.
Oh yeah,
right here on ESPN New York.
New York, it's football season, and you should be out there enjoying every play, every tailgate, every moment. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. That's where Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain comes in. He's one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and dedicated to getting you back in the game. Here's the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided procedures that get real results. Dr. Shaw treats everything from neck pain, back pain, migraines, nerve pain, and chronic joint pain. And he builds a custom game plan that's right for you. Same-day or next-day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. And yes, most major insurances are accepted. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Go to SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
Some stages celebrate. This one tests everything. Every drive, every approach, every putt. Pressure builds, resilience matters, and history waits for the bold. In June, the 2026 U.S. Open Championship returns to the Hamptons at the iconic Shinnecock Hills Golf Club. Experience the world's best golfers competing on one of the sport's most storied stages. Don't just watch greatness, experience it live at the 126th U.S. Open. Daily tickets are available now on SeatGeek.
Now let's take a look at the roads with Janelle Crispin.
Thanks, guys. We have double troubles in Brooklyn on the BQE. Westbound at the Williamsburg Bridge, there's a disabled vehicle. Left lane is blocked. And then on the BQE westbound at the Manhattan Bridge, we've got a crash. 2 lanes are blocked there. Cross Bronx Expressway, pretty heavy. The Bronx River Parkway out to the GW Bridge. We're inbound, not bad. Lincoln Tunnel, you're in fine shape. Holland Tunnel, you're good to go in both directions. And 1 and 9 southbound at Woodlawn Avenue in Linden, there's a crash. 2 left lanes are blocked. This report sponsored by Unbound.org. Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice, continuing their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at Unbound.org. I'm Janelle Crispin for 880 ESPN New York.
We are proud to serve our country, to serve our local communities, to wear the uniform, to be a soldier. To serve abroad when and where duty calls. We are ready to stand with our brothers and sisters to defend, to serve, to fight. We're always ready. We're always there. We are the New York Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New York Army National Guard. This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
ZipRecruiter. This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on September 24th, 2016, when Tulsa found themselves down 31-0 to Fresno State. With 10 minutes left in the second quarter, Tulsa fought back to tie the game at 41. And then won 48-41 in double overtime.
ServPro. Like it never even happened.
Fellas, it's the season to shine, and not just from the holiday lights. Manscaped is here to keep you looking sharp for every holiday party, family photo, and mistletoe moment. The Lawnmower 5, groin and body trimmer, and the Chairman Plus face shaver deliver precision, comfort, and control worthy of Santa's nice list. I've been good and nice. Whether you're tidying up before a big night out or preparing for New Year's Eve, Manscaped has your back. And your face too, to be exact. So gift yourself with some grooming greatness this season, because looking good is the best gift of all. And now you can find Manscaped products at your local Walmart.
All right, let's hear from you. Again, everything's on the table. We'll dive into different things. We're talking about the Jets and the Giants and the frustration there. The only thing I'll say about the Giants before we go to the phone calls is that I gave Kafka a chance. I gave Schoen a chance. You can't keep losing. Just can't. So everybody's got to go. And if anybody wants to defend Schoen, I'd be the one person willing to hear it because I was the one person who said I wouldn't mind him coming back. Because I got sucked into the same thing that all the Schoen defenders get sucked into is the talent that's on this team. Right? You know, Carter's a talented player. We saw it yesterday. You look at the trade for Burns. You look at some of the other aspects of the team, trading to get Dart, Neighbors, Scatabo. All right, there's some things, there's some wins he's had. But even with some of the talent that he's brought in, do they win? Your job as a general manager is to not collect talent to go to the Pro Bowl. Your job is to collect talent so you win. And when you don't win and you lose at the clip that they've lost since 22, this is going to be another double-digit loss season. This is going to be another horrendous season. I think they could beat the Raiders. That means 2 wins in 2 years. 6 wins in 2 years. Think about that. 6 wins in 2 years. So I don't care about talent. I need the talent to win. Give me average talent and win as opposed to a team laden with talent. Plus, I'm not even sure they have much talent to begin with. But don't tell me about his wins. Do those wins in the locker room, do those wins on the draft sheet, do those wins in free agency result in wins on the field?
I need a coach to decide that.
Understood, but you also have to bring in the right players.
I think there's a couple of factors at play here. One of them is the miss on Banks, brutal. Right, that's that kill because again, these are key positions on the field that you need somebody that's a hit. And if you don't have a corner, you're dead. They are bad in the secondary, really bad. Their linebacking core is really bad.
Very bad.
Dexter Lawrence has not been himself this year.
Nope.
Now, he had off-season surgery, and who knows if he was really ready to play this year. We don't know.
Right, and also not a Schoen pick.
Right, but I'm saying, but still, right. Dexter Lawrence. How important is Dexter Lawrence to this defense? Would you say he's their best player?
Yeah,
right.
I would.
He has not been their best player this year.
No.
So something wasn't right with Dexter Lawrence from day one this season. And you got to hope that it's just the offseason didn't give him the opportunity to be ready to play this season. That's all you can hope for because he has not been right. And so that's why your defense – and then, of course, the defense coordinator he had no right being a defensive coordinator in the NFL.
Right.
And that was your head coach making that decision. because your defense did look good when Wink Martindale was the coordinator. So I look at that. And then you look at the offense. Now, Koo, that's a Shane thing. He brought him in.
Having a kicker for years.
He's brutal. He's been bad. He missed 2. They should have had 27 points yesterday. Even with all the bad things that happened offensively and the way that game ended where they had a chance to tie and they just could not get out of their own way, they still should have had 27 points on the board. That's enough to win.
Sure is.
So that's why I keep going back to I need to know, what can a good coach do with this group? That's what I need to know.
No, I get it, but I think everybody's got to go.
But I do think you're reaching that point, though. You are reaching that point. If I'm bringing in a Mike McCarthy's going to say, I'll handle all this. I got a guy that can run front office. We don't need these guys. That might happen. And so if it comes up where a name like that, an experienced coach that we all agree the Giants need, if that guy takes over, he's probably going to say, I don't need front office people. I'll run this. I don't, he doesn't need to be here, and then they'll make the change. That's what I think probably will go down. But, that's an off-season thing. But right now, Mike Kafka is not helping himself at all.
Well, no, at all. You can't say you're the interim coach, lose every game.
No, it's not happening.
And it get worse and worse, where you're competitive the first couple, you almost beat the Packers, you almost beat the Packers, you almost beat the Lions. But now it's just been you're non-competitive now, and your only win might come against a team that's also considered one of the worst teams in the league.
It's just,
if that even happens.
This doesn't it drive you crazy? Like, this is where we are. The Jets and the Giants. The two things, and all we keep talking about is you got to get to the offseason, you got to see what happens, you got to wait again. Meanwhile, around the league, I can't wait to get to the binge, because yesterday had highs and lows, didn't it? There's some devastating injuries that happened in the league yesterday. Yeah. There's unbelievable play that happened yesterday. There was at least one, if not 2, classic games that went down yesterday. A lot of things. Still a game tonight, obviously. Pittsburgh and Dolphins trying to keep their season alive. But there's so many other stories that I say this every week. When I'm watching Red Zone, I feel like I'm watching another league or another different sport.
Yeah, no, you are.
You are. It's like, this is so much fun. I wish one of my teams played like this.
I long for those days. That when you look at the Patriot-Bills game, it's a different speed, it's a different level, it's a different league.
The IQ alone, Don, in that game, from the head coach to some players, decisions that were made. Just understanding that when somebody gets an interception and he slides and no one touches him, he can get up and keep going. Dumbass. Touch him. You got to hit him, right? You got to do something.
I know, right?
You don't just stop playing.
No.
That's poorly coached. That's just bad IQ.
Just bad. But, the Chiefs officially dead, and they would have been dead anyway. Mahomes out for the year, but they were eliminated as that injury had taken place because of all the things that fell down.
And then Mahomes, obviously
it's over.
Knowing now it's official, although he didn't do extensive damage on the knee, but the ACL is
right. But he would have been done even if they had stayed alive.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have been able to play the rest of the season. Minshew throws the pick, and the season is over for them. Looks like it's over for the Lions as they lose to the Rams.
And how about in the Rams game? Devontae, who's played great, goes down with the hamstring, and you're thinking, oh no. And then 2 plays later, Nakua has something happen to him, and I'm thinking, did they just lose 2 guys in 3 plays? The team we think is the best team. It was a wild day.
No, it's crazy. Luckily, it was a really wild day. We see a 44-year-old almost lead his team to victory in Seattle.
Story?
And now Seattle, because the Rams won the game. If the Rams had lost that game, and they were down in the second quarter to the Lions, Seahawks would have moved into first place in the conference, but they stay behind the Rams, so they have to stay in second place out west. So things are just really interesting in the NFL. Unfortunately, not involving either of the locals until we get to the offseason. But, the Knicks are going to play for the Cup tomorrow. We've got Chris Kreider back in town. There's something bubbling with the Mets. If you take a look at social media, it sounds like there might be something brewing with the Mets. Multiple different sources about there could be news later, maybe a Met-Padre deal. So just something to keep an eye on here on a cold Monday. The hot stove warming up just a bit. So let's hear from you on all the different subjects. The Binge, again, we'll really get into the NFL at 4:30. 1-800-919-3776. But let's start it off with Tessa, a Peterless Tessa phone call from Wes Caldwell. How are you?
Oh, my God. Listen, of course Peter won't be here today, but that's all good. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for taking my call. I think you could hear my tone right now, and that's because, my team, our team, done 2-12 is just leaving me so hollow feeling, just really unable to function. You understand what I'm saying? So how can I be upset when I'm really hollow and I can't function?
You're dead inside over them.
100%. Like, I'm like dead and just straight, like hollow. Like, basically, you blow on me and I'm just going to disappear. You understand what I'm saying? That's where I'm at right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like they wear these beautiful, gorgeous, just sexy uniforms and they keep pooping all over them every time. It's embarrassing. And it's just like, I don't even know where to go. I mean, Washington, okay, shout out to the Commanders. You slept, but you lost 8 straight before you came in. So you're still trash. You're just living outside of the dumpster right now because you beat us for the season. You know what I mean? But you're still in there, too. So I don't really even care about them, but good job. They gave us 2 fumbles, still had a chance. It's like, we can't put anything on the board, Don. Like, I don't even know what to do anymore. I don't care about that stupid, funky pick. Number one, when you got the wrong man as a GM making the decisions. I don't want to lose. I want to win a game. I don't understand why fans keep saying, oh, we got the pick. Forget the pick. These men are getting paid all this money. I want them to do their job. Tackle. You're right. Abdul did okay yesterday. Good job. Thank God. Okay, you just waited till freaking, our end of our season, but good job for you. But it's like, Don, I don't like when people keep saying that. I've been telling y'all the pool need to get drained. Remember, Don, I'm so glad you on our side now with that, baby. It needs to get drained. Everybody needs to get fired. And I hate saying that, but this is disgusting. Don, number 7 pick, then number 3 pick, this year number 1 pick. This is embarrassing.
No, and what do you do with it? What do you do with it,
Tessa? All I did was, all right, let's see what it looks like. And what it looks like is an absolute tire fire, and everybody's got to go. Now, again, I don't know what the Mara situation is with his health. Well, somebody's got to take the reins there. You just can't let Joe Schoen keep his job because there's nobody else that knows enough football to be able to make the key decisions. Somebody's got to step it up. Tisha has to be on the phone saying, listen, John's just not right now. He's focused on his health, and that's where his focus should be. If he's fighting cancer, that's where his fight has to lie. As important as the Giants are, not more important than his life. But that doesn't mean the whole organization has to go down while he's suffering through that. So Tisha's got to get on the phone, bring in a football guy, call Parcells, call someone and say, help us out here with what we should do. We might have the first overall pick, and we've got a general manager that deserves to be out of a job. And we can't let him keep the job because there's nobody else. There's nobody to fire him. This all should have happened last year. But John, with the kindness of his heart, another kick at the can, and now he got kicked in the ass.
He watched a documentary on his father.
Yeah.
And it affected him.
Well, it affected him, unfortunately, in the wrong way when it came to making decisions. And now you fast forward a year later, you've dug yourself a deeper hole, and now one of the guys that should be gone after the other one was fired might keep his job because there's nobody else. That would not be a good way to make a decision. 1-800-919-3776, all on the table for you. ENN coming up at 6 o'clock, and Anthony Pusick vehicle take you up to Rangers Ducks on ESPN New York.
Make cancer screening a part of your annual healthcare routine. New York Presbyterian offers a full range of cancer screenings, including lung, cervical, prostate, colorectal, breast, and more. Regular cancer screenings could save your life by detecting cancer at its earliest, most treatable stages. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester. Learn more at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
When equipment breaks down and operations come to a halt, every single second counts. So why is your maintenance team spending 60% of their time doing anything but turning wrenches? MaintainX is the AI-powered maintenance and asset management system that helps your team get back to actually fixing breakdowns. No more searching for manuals. No more hunting down parts. No more drowning in paperwork. With MaintainX, your team can access manuals from anywhere, create new procedures in minutes, and turn voice notes into clear and complete work order feedback. What used to take hours now only takes minutes. Keep your operations moving, not your paperwork. Join over 11,000 maintenance teams that are already fixing more and filing less. Try MaintainX for free today. Go to maintainx.com/AI. That's maintain and the letter X.com/AI.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets. So go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Listen up, football fans. See why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Paying extra for tire care is BS. You know, bad service. So at Midas, we're rolling out our BS-free tire guarantee, included with paid installation and tax on every purchase. You'll pay nothing for flat replacements, nada for flat repairs, and zilch for tire rotations every 5,000 miles. That's $0 for all that. So with this limited lifetime tire guarantee, you'll pay a whole lot of nothing compared to what the other guys charge for tire care. That's the BS-free tire guarantee, only at Midas.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
The NBA is happening Christmas Day. 5 games, 1 unforgettable lineup.
That's what Christmas is all about.
Buckets for breakfast, breakaways for dessert. It's the holiday tradition.
Christmas is our day.
With star power from across the globe.
The stars, they are going to be out.
The best gift, you don't even have to unwrap it.
We want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year!
NBA Christmas Day begins at noon Eastern on ABC and ESPN.
Okay, girls, ready to go?
Yeah! Mom, I'm hungry. Can I have a snack? Me too, Mommy.
You want a snack?
Yeah!
Got it?
Children learn from our behaviors.
Mommy, can you open this,
All right, hold on 1 second. Okay. Okay, here.
Thank you.
They learn what is okay from the adults they see.
Mommy, are you on your phone?
If you're a distracted driver, chances are they will be too. What kind of driver are you raising? Funded by the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, Alan.
Oh, yeah.
It's Tully time. It's Tully time.
Just one game, but it's a big one. The Rangers play host to the Ducks with coverage immediately following us on 880 at 6:30. It's big because Trouba and Kreider return to the Garden for the first time since they were traded. Now, a little luster's off it because Mika Zibanejad suspended by the Rangers because he was late for a meeting, and he was Kreider's best friend.
How does that happen?
I don't know.
How does this happen?
Like, reading the stories, Sullivan said something to the effect of, we understand the logistics of New York and all that sometimes you could be late, but he also understands rules are rules. So it sounded like he might have just been...
Well, traffic?
Well, yeah, rather than me...
Because he lives in Manhattan.
Yeah, actually, I know he may have moved.
He didn't move.
I don't want to blow up
Westchester,
his spot.
All right.
But when I would wait for my car at a certain parking garage outside the Garden,
one I know,
I would see him walk by because he was going home. So he was like within walking distance.
No,
now he's had a child since then. He may have moved.
Well, I've seen him with the carriage on a random day, not on a game day.
You know what
with
it
him
is?
and his wife with the carriage. They're walking, so I've seen him.
Hey, it happens here. The one guy that lives in the city, Peter, is always late to our show. There must be something about when you live in the city and you have to be in the city that you think you could be late.
Is that what it is?
I think that has to be it.
The rest of us.
Who's the last one to the meeting?
Oh, it's always Peter.
And he lives closer than anybody. You're out on the island. I'm in Jersey.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing, though. We know getting to the island of Manhattan, Manhattan, we all know that it's like at worst an hour and then add 15 minutes.
Right.
But what'll happen is on a good day, you'll be early. It's fine. You'll be early.
But it's a tough game to be suspended for. That's all I'll say. If you're Mika Zibanejad. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew with the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Here's what Sullivan said about Mika.
Mika and I had a conversation about it. You know, there are logistical challenges that this city presents sometimes. But having said that, I think Mika understands, the importance that the rules that we all expect of one another. And, this is something that I think from his standpoint, obviously he feels terribly. The one thing about Mika is he's an honest person. He's a great human being, and he takes responsibility for it. It's certainly not something that we would like to happen. But having said that, we believe strongly in the process that we have in place. And the process that we have, I think, is important for everyone to understand what the expectations are. And Mika understands that as a leader of the team. As I said, none of us are perfect. Everybody makes mistakes, and we'll move by this, and he'll be available tomorrow, and he'll be the player that he's been for us all year long.
So it sounds like he couldn't get out of this. They had to be up to the training center, which is in Westchester.
Right.
And something, because we all know it's not easy to maneuver.
And the snow was bad. Yes.
And really bad. He just got stuck. Because he doesn't sound annoyed. He sounds more like rules are rules, and we got to hold everybody. Like we can't bend the rules for someone just because of the weather.
Exactly. And so it does send a message. Well, if they can bench Mika,
right?
One of the most important games of the year with his his buddies returning,
right?
So good on him. Bad job out of Mika.
Yep.
Well, more on that a little bit later on. 1-800-919-3776. A lot of people want to chime in on the myriad of subjects, including Dave in the car. You're on ESPN New York. How are you, Dave?
What's up, guys? Look, I got a gut feeling when I'm looking at the Giants, and I know that Dart didn't end up getting a concussion, and I'm not going to go into benching him anymore. I'm looking at this organization. Do you think because of the illness of one of the elders of the family that owns the team, do you think that this team right now might actually need to gut its roster? Do you think they should reevaluate if Dart should be their quarterback for the future? I don't see anything there now that's solid. There doesn't seem to be anything in place.
Wait, you don't think Jackson Dart's a good quarterback that has potential to be a franchise quarterback?
I'm saying in the state. Let me rephrase that. Good question. I think that the current state of that organization right now needs a roster overhaul and very strong leadership. His talent will not be brought to fruition in the NFL. This is not a risk. You're at the highest level right now. They should not be designing any running plays for this quarterback until they have a real good system.
All right, Dave,
it's only 2 games left.
Yeah, no, all right. Thanks, Dave. A lot of times he runs because whatever the pass play wasn't something there, and he wanted to get yards. Like, that's what he does. This is now becoming, to me, a dangerous narrative around this player. This is now it's gone too far, because the problem is we have too many fan analysts that are following a narrative and then creating their own narrative with it. And it's becoming this, well, he can't run. You can't let him run. He can't run. He'll get hurt every time. Like, this starts to get out of control, Don. This is the problem. Listen to the experts, not the narrative creators. Not people that are just trying to put out this idea that Jackson Dart now is suddenly fragile and he can't run because every time he gets hit, he's going to be in the tent. I know it feels that way. The game yesterday, nobody understood why he went to the tent. Even he didn't know why.
No.
But they just, for whatever reason, this is not the problem. When you watch him, just watch him and shut your mouth. Just watch him. And watch him play. Take away the score. Take away everything else. There's an ability you have, NFL.com has it, where you can watch all his throws. Just him. Nothing else. Just his throws. And if you watch him in that vacuum, that kid's a quarterback. He's got it. Now, take away the game. Watch him on the sideline. Watch him around his teammates. Watch his teammates react to him from the start, from the very first start he made on. It's all there, guys. It's all there. If the Giants have anything, they don't have a coach. They might not have a GM. There's a lot of things. They don't have a kicker. They don't have linebackers. There's a lot of things they don't have. They got a quarterback.
It does feel like it, but I can understand fans saying, well, listen, I'm a little worried about the injuries, and they could have the first overall pick overall. Oh, and if you're going to blow it up.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm going to ask you this.
Oh, wow.
If you're going to blow it up.
Oh, you're going here.
If you're going to blow it up and you're going to bring in a general manager, and that general manager says to you, I think I can do better than Jackson Dart.
Oh, boy. And you have the number one pick?
And you have the number one pick.
Which they have right now?
Which they have right now.
Oh, you're opening this door.
I'm going to open the door next. Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
First and win the race with Thrive Managed AI. Start with a complimentary strategy consultation at thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Hey, this is Mika's Binge.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
.359 in the big city. We actually returned from break before the hour. How about that? You remove a piece and you add. That's a quote. I don't know if you want to tweet it out. I'm not saying even what I'm referring to. You remove a piece and you add.
Addition by subtraction, someone once said.
I didn't know I had that in me until it came out.
Wow.
So I hope you write it down because I might forget.
No, we wrote that one down for sure.
No,
That'll be used later.
Listen,
It's not clean day already.
All right. So here's something that I've been chewing on, and we talked about it during the meeting.
Yeah.
We've talked a lot about the possibility of Joe Burrow being a Jet. And certainly it was based off of his comments before the game against the Ravens. Well, Joe Burrow and the Bengals were shut out against the Ravens, real bad. A couple of interceptions for Joe, and here's Joe's comments after the game.
My comments had nothing to do with Cincinnati. My comments had everything to do with me and my mindset in football.
Do you think that your mindset this week impacted your play today, or was it just your play today?
Not at all.
All right, so he's not happy. But he tried to say it's not about Cincinnati.
But it's about football.
It's about football.
That's
all got to get sorted out.
Okay.
All right? But start thinking, like we talked about it last week, and I think there's smoke there. If Burrow wants out of Cincinnati, Jets have 5 first-round picks, more than anybody else, to be able to offer Cincinnati to get Joe Burrow. Burrow could change the scenery, maybe a Matthew Stafford kind of situation, go someplace else, go from a team that looks like they've got no chance to win now, notoriously cheap organization. I know the Jets haven't won, but they're not a cheap organization, that there might be something there. So the last caller seemed to be a little down on the Giants quarterback, Jackson Dart, and listen, there are some people, Peter Rosenberg included, say, I want to see more. And I'd like to see more too, but so far what I've seen, I've been pretty impressed with. So he can make every throw, and that's certainly half the battle when it comes to a quarterback. He seems like he's got a good head on his shoulders, and maybe able to keep that head on his shoulders might be something to have a conversation about, but so far hasn't been as big of an issue as of late. But parting ways with Jackson Dart if you can do better. If the Giants finish with the first overall pick, and you have to hire a new general manager, and you love this general manager, and you think he's the perfect guy to replace Joe Schoen.
Well, let's just say it's Mike McCarthy.
Okay.
And Mike McCarthy is going to also buy the groceries. He'll have help in the front office.
Sure.
But Mike McCarthy wants carte blanche.
Right.
He wants full control.
Whether it's your coach, whether it's your general manager, most likely the carte blanche would come from the coach because I think there are bigger names they can bring in coach-wise.
Yeah.
John Harbaugh might get let go in Baltimore, McCarthy becomes available, whatever. And they say to you know what, I got to tell you, with this little time I've had off, I've been watching a lot of Indiana. I think Mendoza's the bomb. I'd love to have him. I think he's better than Jackson Dart. Are you not hiring that guy? Or are you going, tell me more? We do have the first overall pick. We can select him if you like. Could that scenario exist? Or could there be a scenario where we've got the first overall pick and Jackson Dart? Hey, Cincinnati, what if we offered that to you for Joe Burrow?
Wow.
Would you be interested? Have the first overall pick and a young quarterback.
So this is the Carson Palmer, Andy Dalton thing all over again, where I trade away the veteran, talented guy who doesn't want to be there anymore, and my next generation starts with a young quarterback who I build with, and that's Dart, a controllable contract, right? Because he's first round pick. So that's 5 years, and you only got 1 year burnt so far. Save some money, which we know the Bengals like to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Like that's
and then I can do whatever I want with the first overall.
Everybody, this is hypothetical. We're playing the game, but it's not something you would. When we talked to Mike Tannenbaum last week, he really blew my mind when he was talking about how you have to prepare for everything and you consider everything. And that's all we're trying to do right now because this is a real thing. The Giants right now being in position to have the number 1 overall pick, too many people are like, the Jets should trade with the Giants. And Don, it's almost like you're saying, screw the Jets. The Giants could do way better.
Well, because if you're telling me if the Giants end up with the worst record, which is certainly on the table.
It is.
And they've got the first overall pick in the draft and Jackson Dart, you can make a solid case that's better than 5 first-round picks. Because what Mike Tannenbaum also said is what Cincinnati is going to be interested in a return is their next quarterback.
Right.
So,
like
and the Jets can't guarantee that those 5 picks can result in Cincinnati getting the first overall pick, right? You hope that you can use those picks to trade up, but what if Cincinnati can't? the Giants could offer them Mendoza.
Or you get Mendoza.
Or I could offer you Jackson Dart and a first-round pick that you can use on a receiver, on a defender. Go to town.
Well,
Trade it somewhere else. Trade that to the Jets to get Mendoza.
Is that more valuable than a boatload of picks from the Jets when you consider you get Dart, so there's your quarterback, you get the number 1 overall pick that you can then trade and flip into multiple picks to help you fill out other areas. And now you've got your young, cheap roster that you love to have in Cincinnati and not a quarterback that's going to complain about it.
Because the Jets can't technically get that in the deal. They can't give him the first overall pick where they can get Mendoza. They might be able to trade to get it.
Right.
So, and they don't have a quarterback on their roster anybody wants. Justin Fields, they'll laugh at you. So with that, well,
let me ask you. First, if you're the Giants fan, because the Jets fan, this scares the hell out of me. Do you look at that scenario? Now, I've watched Dart enough this season. I'm in full bloom love. I think he's good.
No, I love him.
Like when people talk about the Giants should trade Dart and pick Mendoza, I would, as a Jets fan, say, I'll take him. I'll take him. So are you comfortable in a scenario like that where it's either a coach comes in and says, I think Mendoza long-term is going to be the better quarterback, and he plays more of the pocket style, all the things that he does, what he's about, all those things. You don't have to worry about him, this narrative. Or the dormer 2, which is I'll offer both, the pick and the kid, for Burrow. Are you on board for both, or only if it's Burrow because you know Burrow is a given, even though
Burrow,
technically Burrow's not a given?
Burrow's not a given. No, Dart's not a given. Right? I mean, nothing's a given. I like what Dart's done.
All right.
But you get worried about the concussions and stuff, just like you'd be worried about Burrow and his injuries, and Mendoza is a complete unknown.
Yep.
The fact that Mendoza is a complete unknown, think about it. The Giants may not need the first overall pick to make this attractive for Cincinnati. Because if Cincinnati believes in Dart as their quarterback, maybe the second and third overall pick is still good for them.
I still want more picks,
right.
You're right.
But my point is that could still make it attractive. I'm just throwing out. But this isn't. I'm just giving you a hypothetical. Is if you decide to change regimes, meaning get rid of Shane, and you bring in a new head coach and a new general manager, and that head coach says, I like Jackson Dart, but you know what?
So you don't think it's
Joe Burrow Mendoza, I think I can do better. Do you not hire him because of Dart? Or do you say, I want to listen to this guy. I'm going to do it.
You don't think it's lunacy to say I should think about trading Jackson Dart?
Lunacy?
I think it's lunacy. Me personally.
Okay.
I think it's insane.
Even for Joe Burrow.
That is such a hypothetical. These are all hypotheticals. That one to me feels like the biggest shot in the dark.
I don't do it.
What he just said there made it sound like, no, this isn't about Cincinnati. This is about football, which sounds more Andrew Luck than Carson Palmer, right?
Yes.
So that's why
you got to find that out.
I'm concerned, and you'd have to do your due diligence.
I am not doing this if Burrow's, or even with the Jets. I'm still thinking about retiring. Goodbye.
Yeah, I'm all set.
I'm not really sure all right, goodbye. And if I hear if I hear I want to play for you, then I'm thinking about doing it. The only reason I bring it up is that because now you're talking about the new regime. You love a coach. Now you're not going to get that coach because of this. Maybe that coach says, you know what, if you're not going to do what I want you to do at quarterback, I'm going to go someplace else. So now not only are you losing out on getting your coach, you're losing out on maybe even improving at the quarterback position. I personally won't do it. I'd like to see what Jackson Dart's going to become. He's affordable. Burrow's had his injuries. I probably don't do it. The reason I'm bringing it up is, what if it comes at the expense of the coach or general manager you want?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't think that would happen either because I think McCarthy's on record saying he loves Dart.
Yeah.
But that was before our little reindeer games with Burrow.
Yes.
I'm just saying if you want to throw the Giants in the hopper.
No, the adding just one last thing to add to it, all right? I'm going to throw this in the pot as well. Let's say Mendoza goes on to win the national championship. Indiana goes on a storybook run. He just won the Heisman.
Yeah.
Now they go on a story. They upset Ohio State. They're the number one seed. They're the number one team. Well, Indiana Hoosiers, not basketball, football, number one team in the country. He's the Heisman winner. And they go on a run, national champion. And he looks like, he's just an absolute stud. Everybody's watching now. And he's a stud. Big moments, just looks great. The Giants have the number one pick.
Then it'll be like the Josh Rosen. Although Josh Rosen showed you nothing in Arizona.
Yeah.
And they also changed the coach. which the Giants would be doing. So that is very similar. But you have seen guys back-to-back first picks, right?
I'm telling you, like, it would take a lot for me to move off the quarterback
I don't think I can do it either. But I'm just kind of throwing it out
it's
there
fun.
as a scenario.
It's fun.
I think the Jets are way more real, but I was just throwing out the Giants. 1-800-919-3776. Tommy in the Bronx. You're on ESPN New York.
Hey, fellas. I've been around for a long time, and I just have a question for you. When I was a kid, way back when, in the 60s, the Jets had a situation, Don, of exactly what you brought up. They had Hewitt, and then came Joe Willie. You had a choice of two guys. My God, what do you guys think of that? History repeating itself? Why can't you go after that?
I don't think, because what you're doing is you're doubling down at the quarterback position and you're wasting a very, very valuable pick because they both can't play for you, right? Now, you could turn around and maybe trade Dart for something.
That could get ugly.
But they need so many other things, Tommy. If they were a quarterback away, all right, you're doubling your chances of getting that quarterback. They need another wide receiver to complement Neighbors. You heard Allen say they have no linebackers. They have no secondary. All right? You just can't afford to do that because you end up wasting a pick. Now, if you tell me Mendoza turns out to be man and I can trade Dart, but it's still air, it's still draft picks, and it still won't be till the following year, I don't know if you would do that. When the Cardinals did it, Josh Rosen wasn't that great.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Kingsbury came in and said, "Listen, Kyler Murray's," and it ended up being, everybody was wrong. Now they still don't have a quarterback.
For the moment, it was smart, and Murray had moments.
But I don't see the Giants doing that. I don't think they will. I don't think they should. James in Princeton, you're on ESPN New York.
So I wanted to tag along with your points that you guys had currently. What if Giants do end with the first overall pick? And like you said, a new regime comes in and they want Mendoza. What about the Jets trading a first or a second for Dart? And now that you have all these picks, Giants are probably going to want a second this year so they can build with Mendoza. Trade a second or a first to get Dart, and then if Jets wanted to, if they keep that first round pick this year, they could take one of the other top quarterbacks this year, have a competition. You would also be doubling down on the quarterback position, which Jets have struggled with over the years. So you're kind of bolstering the quarterback position a little bit. And then in the future, with the rest of the draft picks, now that the offense would be set, if you had a quarterback, a running back, these receivers pan out, the line pans out, use all these other draft picks for your defense.
Well, the only way you do it, James, is if the new regime just loves Mendoza. Because if they love Mendoza, you got to do it, right? No matter what's there. If you love him.
Do you really, John Mara, really okays trading Jackson Dart to the Jets? I mean, this is the Hatfields and the McCoys, man.
But if the offer is great, you're going to play.
Well, you're paying a tax. If you're the Jets, you're paying a tax.
Probably. Like, I always get mad at the whole, that's a Yankees can't make a deal. Well, what if it's the right deal?
Now, I've watched him play enough to know he's pretty accurate. I think he can run that Ben Johnson system. Like, he in golf, like the way, like I think he could do it. Like, it could be really interesting. Him with a healthy Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson back. Like, I don't know if Giants fans really know what they have. Because you're seeing it with a lot of crap around it.
A lot of crap around it. It hasn't resulted in wins. And I think they're a little scared off by the injury.
Of course.
Which I don't blame them.
No.
Now, yesterday, that was a joke. He went into the tent.
Yeah.
But he has gone into the tent 4 previous times. Not all for concussions, but he missed 2 games because of a concussion. So
and that's
it is a little scary.
This is interesting. See, now this is interesting because you're going to have a scenario where the Giants could have the number 1 pick. The Jets might want the number 1 pick, or the Giants might want another quarterback instead because they're buying into the narrative on their quarterback, or they know something about him, which leaves their quarterback now available. I'm in on this. I love these stories.
This is fun. It's a lot more fun than watching them play, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Let's go to Dave in the car. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Dave?
Hey, thanks for taking the call.
Always.
Dart, to me, is completely off the table for anybody in the league. I wouldn't even be thinking about that. That's ridiculous.
Well, I can understand
the only reason I'm calling is because something that's not going to happen. I'm not going to tank, and I'm not going to try and lose the game. But if the Giants should have the number 1 pick they are in the driver's seat. You're going to have 5 to 6 teams call up. You're going to have the Browns call up. You could ask for anybody you want, from the Colts, from the Browns, from the Jets, for anybody. And you can name it, Myles Garrett. You could, and if they say no, you hang up the phone. Go to the next team.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you have to do. I just want this girl Tessa is out of her mind. What's the difference between winning 3 games and winning 2 games? Who cares? I want the one pick so we can get 2 great players. Say the Colts call up. I don't know who's on the Colts. I don't follow the Colts. Give me your best offensive lineman, your all-pro offensive lineman, your all-pro defensive lineman. I'll take those 2 guys. You don't like it? Hang up, bang.
I'll tell you what, Dave, you're never going to get a deal done. Then all you're playing.
I'm talking to you like that. I wouldn't talk to you.
Well, no. What I mean is that like those are really high demands, and it's like most teams are probably going to. The number 1 pick is not Trevor Lawrence, not Peyton
Manning. That's the
Manning.
problem. See, that's the problem. I don't know if everyone is clamoring
6 teams
to send everything over for this kid. Now, maybe there are. We'll see, because I'm telling you, we've had this conversation a billion times. The movement starts after the season, all right? What does he do at the Combine? What does he do on his pro day? What's going to happen between now and the draft? We saw guys like Baker Mayfield come out of nowhere, climb up the standings. Nobody was on Daniel Jones' radar at all, and then he goes 6th overall.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know. And it could also work. Maybe somebody we're not talking about all of a sudden climbs up. But right now, I'm not getting the sense that all these teams are desperate for Mendoza. He is going to be the 1st overall pick almost by default. A lot of these other quarterbacks might not even come out. Now, he's in Indiana, might win the national championship. God forbid he might get hurt. Or he might throw for 6 touchdowns in the championship game, and everybody's going to want him. Right now, I'm not sure you're going to get the haul that you think you're going to get because you have the 1st overall pick. This is not Trevor Lawrence. This is not Peyton Manning coming out, where everybody and their mother wanted that guy. I don't feel like that's the case.
Is Cleveland really giving up assets when they know they're stuck with Deshaun Watson? He's going to play next year.
No. Then you got all right, think about it. Cleveland messed with their situation with their quarterbacks already, okay?
Oh, yeah.
The Jets, that's still a very awkward deal to make because not only you living in the same town, you're living in the same building with them.
Yep.
Can that happen? Some of the other teams, who needs a quarterback? Is Vegas going to do that? What does Vegas have? Can they do that? You say you're sitting in the driver's seat. He made it sound like there's going to be 20 teams calling you.
He said 6 teams will be calling you.
I don't know.
Colts.
I don't know.
Like, I can understand the Colts wanting to be in on it. The Colts don't have any picks.
The
what
Saints
are they
may not
offer
be.
you?
Saints may not be. Look at the way that they've played with their quarterback. Like you don't know what's going to happen. Let's wait and see. But I'm with you. I'd rather have the 1st pick than not. And at this stage, with everybody, in my opinion, being gone, you're right. I don't condone tanking. I don't care at this point. I just don't want to see Jackson Dart be damaged. So if you can guarantee me in these games remaining against Minnesota, against the Raiders, Cowboys, that Jackson Dart is healthy, throws for 4 touchdowns and 400 yards in every game, and they lose, great. Okay. Jackson Dart didn't seem too damaged by the play around him, and you lose the game. But if I got a chance to make this kid better by throwing a game-winning touchdown pass, or like Eli changing the play against the Cowboys and winning the game, I'll take that.
You want a moment
but
like
I
that.
do see what you're talking about.
I think you had those moments already, though. You had that win against the Eagles. There was a couple of games early on. Yeah, but when they were still like they weren't dysfunctional.
I want more.
Where he looked like this is the goods. This guy's the goods, and then of course. I think it's just too crazy around him right now. And
no,
I think he's still playing well.
Oh no, I agree, but I just think a lot of this losing does
it.
get to you, and I don't want to see it damage the kid because I do think he's got an amazing future.
Yeah.
Tony in Queens, you're on ESPN New York.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I agree with Alan. Alan, when you said that this is lunacy that we discussed in this, I agree with you, Don, as well. Nobody's claiming for Mendoza. Like Mel Kiper said, this is a weak quarterback class. I haven't seen anything that tells me that this guy is going to be a stud. But I want to talk about the Joe Burrow thing. He hasn't won anything. He's hurt all the time. Look at his injuries, ACL.
You're right about the injuries, Tony. You're right about the injuries.
But what quarterback,
you can't
quarterback isn't damaged?
He's won nothing when he's the only quarterback to go into Kansas City in a playoff game and beat the Chiefs and go to a Super Bowl. All right? Josh Allen hasn't been able to do that yet. Lamar Jackson hasn't been able to do that yet. So has he won a Super Bowl? No. Has he gone to a Super Bowl? Has he won in Kansas City in the snow? Yes. So don't say he hadn't won anything. But the injuries are a bit of an issue. But they could be for Dart as well.
His career record's 41-32-1.
I hate giving records for quarterbacks.
Why?
Because then that says that he's the sole reason why they win or lose.
Is he not one? Is he not like if they had war in football, wouldn't his war be off the charts?
Oh yeah, it would be off the charts.
Right.
But
they don't have war,
but,
do
but
they?
are you gonna? So he took the loss yesterday, and he did throw 2 picks.
He was bad.
At this point,
well, I mean,
this team is bad. Oh no, I'm just saying that when a pitcher, even pitchers that have wins and losses, the analytics tell you it's Fugazi. Because a lot of times they don't deserve the win. A lot of times they don't deserve the loss. If it's Fugazi for pitchers in baseball, it's got to be just off the charts fraudulent for football. But it's something we like to do. I don't love it. Let's get one more in before we got the binge.
What has he won? I always say that. He won a lot of games. When he plays, he wins most of his games.
Gil in Brooklyn, you're on ESPN New York. Hey, Gil.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What do you got, baby? I'm not loving the line.
Go.
So let's go to Tom in North Carolina. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Tom?
Hey, Don and Alan. How you doing today?
Good.
What's up?
I don't mean to rain on this giant parade, but I am a lifelong, unfortunate Raider fan. But I am old enough to have seen the 3 Super Bowls, so I go back that far. The Raiders are a terrible team this year, and to think that they are going to beat the Giants, I think is a long shot. I mean, the Giants seem to compete in all of these games. They have Jackson Dart. The Raiders are a complete no-show. They basically quit on their season yesterday, losing 31-0.
You're right. Yeah. I mean, that's probably the biggest reindeer game of all, Tom, is that the Giants would have the first overall pick. So are you good with your coach being one and done?
Yeah, but I hate to say it, but I'm buying into this whole the whole Raider story is that John Gruden is going to come back. It's a good old Al Davis move, going against the NFL, bringing Gruden back. And I heard that Derek Carr is going to be the QB coach, and they are going to bring up Mendoza the right way.
Oh, wow.
Well, you listen.
That's the rumor in Raiderville.
We're going way back. So we're bringing everybody back.
No, yeah. Is there anything for Jim Plunkett and Casper and is there? They're going to bring. They're going to legalize Stickum too. Get that whole thing going. I love the Raiders. My father hated the Raiders. Like he hated the Jets. He hated because he hated everything AFL and listen. Al Davis wasn't the most likable cat.
No.
But the vibe of
New
that
York
team
guy,
is
though.
pretty cool, though.
Always liked that about
Brooklyn, right?
Hmm?
Very, very interesting team. Their history.
Yes.
They got the and they had the NFL song. The dun 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 dun. Was that the Autumn Wind? Is for they NFL films had a song for the Raiders. The lyrics to that are even awesome. There's something kind of really cool about the Raiders. The autumn wind is a Raider. Find that, Jacob. Get on it. I don't see you moving.
Wow. Should have been already on it.
There you go.
So there it is. The autumn wind is a pirate. So good. So you said he wrote this?
Yeah.
Why don't we do this anymore? Why don't we narrate like
We've
this?
lost this. Because kids are corny, that's why.
Right? Like why don't we narrate things that have colorful words and imagery in vocabulary rather than what do we have today?
And then it all just comes. The autumn wind is a Raider. That's because the kids can't get into it unless it's got boom, 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 boom. No, you're getting educated, getting narrated. John Facenda, one of the great voices of God.
Yes.
Great music. I mean, I bought the CD when it came out like 30 years ago. Just would play it like cruising around in the car. All those great songs. But they got one for the Raiders because the Raiders were just cool, man. The Raiders are like Motorhead.
It is.
Right? Like,
Wait a minute.
Like the band Motorhead.
Like Motorhead?
Yeah, like they just took it to another level. Like Motorhead whatever you know the history or not, they got all these nice bands and they're all polished. Even the death metal ones all have the formula.
All right.
But then Motorhead just came in, and Lemmy's voice wasn't that great, and the guitar play wasn't great, but they were just so powerful, and they just walk in and just the best line was like Lemmy says, "We're the band that if we move in next door to you, your lawn will die." And that's what the Raiders are. They just come in and play by the rule. There are no rules for the Raiders. You'll kill the quarterback. It's only 15 yards. Isn't that a fair exchange? Your quarterback's dead, and it cost me 15 yards.
I mean, really.
Or maybe they'll throw the guy that hit him out. Maybe.
What did it cost?
Yeah, come on.
Well, that's also that's the mentality I used to love about Pat Riley. Pat Riley's thing when he came to New York, he was Showtime, but he came to New York, and he thinks New York got to be more grittier. So it's if you foul someone, hit him again.
Yeah.
They're not going to call two fouls.
That's it, right, yeah.
If you know you're going to foul him, hit him twice.
Hey, it's a flagrant in the 10th row or if he doesn't leave the court, right?
That's it.
I know it doesn't exist anymore, and now we play basically two-hand touch in football, but there was just something about,
And that's why the Raiders aren't the Raiders anymore.
Yeah, winning isn't everything. It's the
only thing.
And Hal Davis, again, I'm not a huge fan, but he just had that quote too, your quarterback must go down, and he must go down hard. Yeah, that would probably get you fined now for saying it. Meanwhile, they had I think they had made shirts that had going. You'd walk in. Bob Wischusen would tell me that when you go to Oakland and you'd walk into the Oakland Coliseum, it's a decrepit place and the grass isn't even green and the baseball field in the middle of it. It's just an ugly, disgusting place. But you walked in there, you knew you were walking into a den, right? You were walking into just
hell,
a pit of despond.
Yeah.
And he said one of the things that he says he'd go on the field, that they talk during warm-ups, and the place would be empty, but there'd be one guy standing in the corner, dressed as the Grim Reaper with a sickle, and wouldn't move,
just standing there,
just letting you know,
right? Wind whipping the road.
Yeah, just I
can't see his face.
I got to tell you that this is what you fall in love with football with stuff like that. You do, and it's not
what
the same
it used
anymore.
to be about.
But they didn't have a binge back then.
No, they didn't.
We have a binge now. The NFL binge is coming up next right here on Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
When equipment breaks down and operations come to a halt, every single second counts. So why is your maintenance team spending 60% of their time doing anything but turning wrenches? MaintainX is the AI-powered maintenance and asset management system that helps your team get back to actually fixing breakdowns. No more searching for manuals. No more hunting down parts. No more drowning in paperwork. With MaintainX, your team can access manuals from anywhere, create new procedures in minutes, and turn voice notes into clear and complete work order feedback. What used to take hours now only takes minutes. Keep your operations moving, not your paperwork. Join over 11,000 maintenance teams that are already fixing more and filing less. Try MaintainX for free today. Go to maintainx.com/AI. That's maintain and the letter x.com/AI.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings during the More to Move You event. Lease a new Mazda 2025 CX-50 2.5S Select with all-wheel drive for $199 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN SN385912. MSRP $32,795. Zero security deposit ends 1/2/26.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
New York Presbyterian treats more heart patients than any other hospital in New York. From common to complex conditions, our cardiologists and heart surgeons are pioneers in advanced heart care, leading the way in minimally invasive treatments for faster recovery times. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital based on U.S. News and World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Janelle Crispin.
Thanks, guys. We have a slow ride on the east side. Harlem River Drive northbound, pretty heavy, 135th up to the GW Bridge. Then the Major Deegan northbound Yankee Stadium up to 179th. That's extra slow. Cross Bronx loaded up the GW Bridge out to Webster Avenue, and then White Plains Road out to the outbound GW Bridge is extra slow. Inbound the GW Bridge, no traffic troubles there. Pretty quiet at the Lincoln Tunnel. Holland Tunnel outbound delays running about 10 to 15. And the Turnpike Westward Spur northbound to 16W, overturned vehicle blocking the left lane. This report sponsored by Unbound.org. Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice, continuing their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help. See how far your support can go at Unbound.org. I'm Janelle Crispin for 880 ESPN, New York.
Getting more as a MyLowe's Pro Rewards member is easier than ever with the Lowe's app. Download it today and earn 500 points the first time you log in. Plus, your digital wallet helps you scan, save, earn, and access what you need to manage it all in one place. Download the Lowe's app and take advantage of your Pro benefits today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 12/1/25 through 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login per organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/play.
This is...
We're going to rub football all over ourselves today. I did consume a lot of football back in the day, pre-kids, in my underwear.
The NFL Binge.
You watching every game, baby? Are you watching? And the NFL Binge is driven by Ramsey Mazda, and today, also by Anthony Pusick.
Oh, thank you, Don. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Nice weekend. Not for the football teams, but it was fun to watch in general.
I had a good weekend. I lost my voice.
So
we're talking about made it through Friday's show. Had a great dinner with you guys at Borelli's. Saturday woke up, nothing.
Yeah, that was it, huh?
Took me half the day to get it back.
Well, you did a good job.
I mean, you didn't have a game, right?
No, I haven't had a game in forever.
You fought through it. You made it through.
Yeah.
And now we're here for the NFL Binge. I have 5 games on the docket here, guys. 5.
Okay.
5 of the games that were in action yesterday. And we'll start with the one that could have ended what we know as this dynasty, a nightmarish end to this Chiefs season.
Moving to the right, he'll throw it late. A flag thrown on the play, and it's incomplete. Mahomes is hurt. Mahomes is grabbing his leg. He's hurt. Mahomes taking a shot at the end of that play and is grabbing his leg.
And it was a torn ACL for Patrick Mahomes. His season done. Part of next season also done. On 96.5 The Fan, KC was eliminated from playoff contention. Andy Reid on the locker room after the loss.
Yeah, the guys are down. They busted their butt and win the game, and I wouldn't expect anything less. It's not a great feeling. I wouldn't expect it to be after losing a game.
Well, first time since 2014. That was a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
And also, let's not have the narrative be they lost the game because Mahomes got hurt.
No.
Now, they might have still won had he not gotten hurt, but he had an awful red zone pick.
Yep.
The previous possession that really hurt them when they had 3 points in their pocket to tie the game and didn't, and Minshew came in and ended up throwing the interception. So and nothing broke their way, right? 3 things had to happen and them to lose and everything happened.
Right.
But they weren't going anywhere anyway. So let's not have the narrative be that had Mahomes stayed healthy, they would have won the Super Bowl. I think we can all agree that was not happening.
We were all in agreement week after week, though. Every time the percentages got lower and lower, every time they would suffer a loss, and you say now their percentage to make it is this. But we're like, but you can't count them out. You can't count them out because it's Patrick Mahomes, it's the Chiefs, and anything can happen. And this pretty much, like, at least now, officially, for the first time in a million years, that he's not going to be there.
There was a finality to all of it because he gets hurt. And, yes, they could have lost that game anyway, and they were probably not making the playoffs regardless.
Right.
But he gets hurt, and they get eliminated. Travis Kelce's already talking about how he's not thinking about his future until the end of the season. You may not see them ever catch a throw or catch a pass one another again.
Mm-hmm.
And again, look, people I saw Trey Wingo do this and a couple of other people as well. Tom Brady won 3 Super Bowls through his first 9 seasons.
It's unreal.
Tore his ACL. Granted, that was very early in the season, not at the end of that season. But, of course, the Patriots didn't make the playoffs that year
9
either. And it was Jacob tells me it was against the Chiefs when that happened to Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of similarities there. And how did it work out for Tom Brady? He bounced back.
Well,
I think that the Chiefs can. It's just going to look different than what we're used to.
And that's, again, what comes next now. Andy Reid, isn't going anywhere. And so you need, if you're Kansas City, you got to find your now Mahomes 2.0. That's all you're doing now. This is now the second, right? The second act, which is Brady had a second act, too, in that point, right? After his injury. Didn't they? Isn't that when Gronk showed up?
Yeah.
Right? Gronk showed up, and they got Randy Moss. Like, they turned from the all-defense team to an offense that was pretty exciting.
Yeah, people forget because you look back and the time gets all crunched together, but there was 2 different stints.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's what I think is going to happen. And we all said this was going to happen. Players will get old, but Mahomes will stay there because, he'll have that second run now.
Andy is older, though, than Bill. Was at that time.
Well, isn't Andy and Bill about the same age?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that would show you.
Right.
That's pretty crazy. So we'll see what happens, but no playoffs for the Chiefs this year, and that will leave it wide open for this gentleman in Buffalo.
Here's the snap. Hand off to Cook. Lowers the shoulder. Looking for the end zone, and he's in. James Cook with a trifecta of touchdowns. Punches it in.
Well, the call on Bills radio, of course, the man handing it off to James Cook with his 3 touchdowns was Josh Allen. And, boy, Allen, you must have felt pretty good about your 3-point play. In the second quarter of that game, Patriots plus 1.5.
Felt so good.
Not like you just think
until that score late.
You felt like, all right, you know what? Like, even if they don't win this game, this is going to be a close one. I'm all set. I'm going to be good. The Bills were down 21-0 in the second quarter.
Yeah.
And all Buffalo did after that was outscore the Patriots 35-10 to come all the way back to win.
All the way.
That prevented the Patriots from winning the division.
And I was
crazy.
At least this week.
What a game it was.
I couldn't say I was that on everything. But I'm calling the game, so between periods, check the scores.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm seeing 21-0.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, they were putting it on them.
So I'm thinking, all right, it's over.
What's that? Drake May MVP.
Yeah, big win for the Patriots.
Nope.
So the game ends, the Devil game.
Yes.
So I go to use the facilities, and a I don't know 6 or 7 year old kid's coming out of the bathroom. Says to his dad, "It was 21-0. Now it's 24-21." I'm like, he's got to be talking. So I run to the phone like, oh, my God.
Yep.
What happened?
An insane
Then I listened to a little driving home to
Josh
the game.
Allen happened. He's the MVP.
But they did. But here's the thing about the Bills, all right? They come back, but they give the lead back. But then they come back and take the lead again. Like that could have been a gut punch, right? They come all the way back, and they give up the long touchdown run. They gave up 250 yards on the ground, guys. Championship teams usually don't do that.
No.
So it is a little bit of a concern.
At
but
home,
still,
too.
Somebody's got to come out of that conference.
But the Vrabel, bye week, home, all of it equaled. All of it equaled win.
No, the Bills showed you something. And look, eventually, and we're going to talk about this team a little later, we're going to have to take the Broncos seriously at some point here.
Bo Nix is real.
So, but at least for one more week, the Bills have a chance at winning the division. Was there motivation, Josh Allen, to prevent the Pats from winning the East?
Absolutely. It's the most important one because it's the next one. I know I say that a lot. It's no different. We understood what was at stake, but at the same time, that wasn't really in the back of our heads. We were just, hey, we got to find a way to win a football game. That's what we did tonight.
Now, you want to talk about a game that was really fun to watch. ESPN knows how to pick them. We had it on ESPN radio here, and despite an injury to Devontae Adams, which did not look good at all, the Rams were down in this game, still managed to win.
First down and 10 from the 11 of the Lions. Stafford play action, rolling to his right and throwing. It's got a man and it's got a touchdown. It's Colby Parkinson, his second touchdown of the game, and that might have put this one out of reach by the LA Rams.
Steve Levy, ESPN Radio. LA beat Detroit 41-34 after trailing 24-14 late in the second quarter.
Weren't we supposed to get Carlin this weekend?
Carlin was on the Chicago game.
Which was...
He got the abomination from Shedeur Sanders and the utter destruction.
It was more... I mean,
I'm choosing my words carefully. I'm not making up any words this time. I'm going to use words in my vocabulary that I know.
Can Jerry catch one? Just one. Hit you right in the hands, man. It's a touchdown.
He wasn't going to think about that after
you're
the
not
game.
winning you're not winning the face-off from Levy.
No, LA's largest win. Steve Levy got, probably 70 and sunny? I think Chris Carlin was still defrosting when he was in the studio today. Not that this weather was helping him at all, but he was probably thinking it was a nice balmy 7 today in New York as opposed to whatever he was dealing with in Chicago. That was a cold game. But
back to that game, though. Again, Rams, it's good to see that Nakua is okay. And
Adams does not look okay.
Adams, though, he's been so good.
And that's a problem for that team.
Yes.
I know Colby Parkinson had 2 touchdowns in that game as a tight end, and that's great. Matthew Stafford can make it work, and it seems like the Corum-Williams tandem that they've got going is going to work for them in the playoffs running the football.
But the other question on the other side of the ball is, what are the Detroit Lions?
I don't know.
Dead.
You know what I mean?
Defense isn't good.
It's what has happened.
That's
there.
not good.
You thought they would be on the trajectory up, but they have really, I guess they spiked last year.
That would be sad if that was the case.
That's as good as it got.
Is it a one-off? Because, again, they're 8-6, so what are their odds at this point? They got to be pretty poor.
For the playoffs, I have to look.
I mean, they did catch the break with the Packers losing, but
I think they're in the hunt. Looking at it last night, I believe they're still in the.
I don't
when that game was over, I believe they're in the hunt. I don't think they're in the playoff picture right now.
Mm-hmm. I remember looking at the odds. I could just look at the odds now.
Probably, they're going to need help if I'm not mistaken.
It's got to be under 50% at this point, I'm sure. But not good considering that loss to Washington last year.
They're 8th right now, behind Green Bay, who's 9-4-1.
You're way ahead of me. This is so slow.
Uh-huh.
Who uses this computer? Bart?
Nobody. You are the only person that uses that computer. Bart sits here. Peter sits here.
It's all my fault.
I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm just saying that computer is lonely and it misses you. Now we can talk about them.
Well, we'll give you the odds. I'm sorry, just one quick second.
Let's take a look at those odds.
Yeah, the Lions are right on the outside here.
Yeah, the Lions are right now
41%.
41%, which is not nothing, but it's not great.
It's better than, think about it, Carolina, which at one second seemed to be in control of its destiny. They are now at 23%.
And very quietly, the Saints team is putting together a couple of nice defensive play. I mean, Shuck was playing. I believe that he wasn't on the field for the last drive. I think it was Rattler. But the Saints are
how do you blow that game?
I don't know.
Panthers? I mean, you got a clear-cut ride to win that division.
Unreal.
I know you got 2 games left with Tampa, but Tampa's got no kick coming either. Home losses to the Saints and the Falcons. Nobody wants the South.
Nobody wants the South. Well, somebody wanted the AFC West this year. It was the Denver Broncos.
Broncos ahead 27-26. Knicks tosses right side. Harvey makes a cut into the goal line. Touchdown, Denver.
8:50 KOA. Denver defeated the Packers 34-26. They leaped the Patriots for sole possession for the AFC 1 seed. They also clinched a playoff spot. Big loss for the Packers now. We talk about a team that we thought could make a deep run. Micah Parsons, ACL tear. He is done for the year.
That was a non-contact injury, too.
It's not
just took a bad step, and you just saw the knee buckle.
Yeah.
That's tough. Broncos 12-2.
12-2.
Sean Payton.
Could have lost to the Giants.
Yeah.
Could have lost to the Cowboys, maybe.
How many straight wins again now?
Might be 11 now.
Yeah, they got to be. Yeah, they're on a toot, as one would say.
Do you believe, regardless of record and all that other stuff, do you believe that they're on an 11-game win streak? Do you believe they are the best team in the AFC? I know everyone's going to say no, but
you know what? Go on the defense wins championships, but
what's your hang up?
7-0 at home. They don't lose at home.
What's your hang up about them? If there's something that makes you
Right.
Inconsistency.
And you know what? If you watched him last night,
he looked great last night.
He did not look like he was. He looked like he had clear vision.
Right, well,
there was nothing concerning at all watching him play.
No, I think he's fine.
Full command.
They will have some tests. They have the Jaguars at home next week. They go to the Chiefs without Patrick Mahomes. That's a different animal. And they finish at home against the Chargers.
All right.
So
that'd be
you're gonna,
fantastic.
That's not nothing.
No cupcakes to go in.
Coming in, and if they can get that game in Denver, where you said they're undefeated, but if they're going up against Josh Allen, and it's Josh Allen versus Bo Nix.
Who do you have, a quarterback? You're taking Josh Allen.
Even though their defense can be stifling, Allen does find a way sometimes, but never against Kansas City because the quarterback across the field was always slightly better. That won't be the case against Denver. No offense to Bo Nix. He's not Josh Allen.
All due respect.
Feel like if there's ever a time for Josh Allen, isn't this it?
It feels like
Isn't this it?
It would have to be.
Man, when he puts the cape on, is there anybody better in the league right now?
He'd be the best quarterback of the group that are in the playoffs right now for the AFC without question. And you have to feel good about that.
Yeah.
Sunday Night Football, the Cowboys' slim chances at the playoffs, they got smaller.
McCarthy with an empty backfield puts Hawkinson in motion, first and goal. JJ looking right, throwing right, caught. Touchdown! Jalen Naylor with a 2-touchdown game, and the Minnesota Vikings have taken a 30-23 lead.
I believe this is Don LaGreca's doppelganger, Paul Allen, on the Vikings radio network. You should look it up, Allen, if you haven't seen what Paul Allen looks like.
Disturbing.
It's pretty amazing.
Disturbing
for him.
If you told me that Don had a brother, which he does, I would think it's Paul Allen and not Dave.
Yeah, if I said I got a brother who lives in Minnesota and you saw this, you'd be like, all right.
You'd be like, I see it.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. Minnesota beats Dallas 34-26 on Sunday Night Football. The Cowboys cannot win the wild card. They could still have an outside chance to win the division, but it would require a complete collapse by the Eagles and the Cowboys winning it.
It's way outside. They're literally a 1% chance.
And that being said, Jerry,
we know the math.
Jerry, do you believe your team is underachieved?
Yes. We certainly didn't think we'd be here in this kind of shape with 3 games to go, be behind the 8 ball the way we are. It's very disappointing. I'm really, obviously, very disappointed for our fans. I'm disappointed for these players. I didn't expect that. I thought we could come out here and on both sides of the ball.
Play them out.
That didn't happen. Didn't happen.
Here's all you need to know about how you should have known and seen this coming. You ready for points allowed?
Mm-hmm.
34 to the Vikings and J.J. McCarthy. Let's just start there, right? 44 to the Lions. 28 to the Chiefs. Amazingly, they held the Eagles at 21. The Raiders suck, so the 16 doesn't matter. 27 to the Cardinals. 44 to the Broncos. 22 to the Commanders. 30 to the Panthers. They gave 22 to the Jets, who can't score at all. 40 to the Packers. 31 to the Bears. 37 to the Giants.
Is that good?
With
Russell Wilson. Dangerous.
Like, it'd be good for a college basketball team.
Yeah.
But I don't think it would be
perhaps
good for an NFL team.
Think about it. 7 of their 15 games. 30 or more points allowed.
That's almost half.
That's your problem.
It's not good.
Yeah.
So to say, we thought we'd be better. No, you didn't.
Well, that's the binge.
That is the
That's
binge.
a good binge.
And the NFL binge is driven by Ramsey Mazda. It's the experience of driving a new Mazda and buying a new Mazda from Ramsey Mazda. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Tons of calls to get to. Got to get into the Knicks, and they've got a big game that no one expected them to play in tomorrow. We got to get into. But is it
a big game?
Don Hahn Rosenberg right here on ESPN New York.
Lottery's holiday scratch-off games are the perfect gift for everyone on your list.
Like me, your Aunt Jules. I told you I didn't need a gift this year, but I secretly really want one.
Or me, your neighbor Frank. I hope you didn't forget I'm coming to your holiday party tonight.
Or me. Why does no one ever think of the voiceover guy? Anyway, New York Lottery's holiday scratch-off games have more winners and top prizes up to $5,000. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
The holidays are here, and Amazon Pickup is your MVP of package pickup. Need that perfect gift like a brand new jersey for the big game? With Amazon Pickup, you can grab your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule at no extra cost. It's fast, it's easy, and it keeps your holiday surprises tucked safely away. So whether you're running from work or heading to the holiday party, Amazon Pickup makes holiday shopping worry-free. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
In
the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports. ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
Some stages celebrate. This one tests everything. Every drive, every approach, every putt. Pressure builds. Resilience matters. And history waits for the bold. In June, the 2026 U.S. Open Championship returns to the Hamptons at the iconic Shinnecock Hills Golf Club. Experience the world's best golfers competing on one of the sport's most storied stages. Don't just watch greatness, experience it live at the 126th U.S. Open. Daily tickets are available now on SeatGeek.
All right, we got plenty more to get to with you at 800-919-3776. Let's grab a couple of calls here before we get into the 5 o'clock hour. Bobby and Belmore. Bobby, you're up next.
Yeah, hi, guys. Yeah, Brady had a third act with Tampa, and before I get to my point,
that's fair.
The Jets lost. Yeah, Jets 14-11 to Denver. You forgot that. Your producer forgot that game. But let me get to my point with the Chiefs Astros comparison. It's very, they both made it to, the Chiefs made AFC Championship 7 straight years, 3 Super Bowls, and the Astros 7 straight ALCS championships and won 2 World Series. Mm-hmm. And you compare that era, this era, with the Spurs and Patriots, very similar. I think there's the Spurs from 99 to 2017 when that Golden State guy stepped on Leonard's foot, and they would have won that series. They were blowing them out in that game, won the Western Conference Finals, and Leonard wanted to be traded and all that. The Pats were from 2001 to 2018, another 17-year run. It's funny how those two teams now are back on the way up. Pats and the Spurs. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just a fun comparison. And if the dynasty is over, I mean, we'll see. It's not so easy. Building a team a second time, and as far as the second, and I think the previous call is right about Mendoza. The Vegas plays Giants next week, not this week, and they have 75 total yards against the Eagles, so they're tanking it. There's no doubt about it. So they're going to get Mendoza. So all that trade talk, I think, should be obsolete.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to lose to the Raiders.
We were having fun with it while we could.
Yeah, we're just having fun. And listen, and if they
hypotheticals are always there.
And under our scenario, if we're all going to admit that Mendoza isn't going to be all that attractive,
mm-hmm.
could the second overall pick and Dart still be something that they would be interested in? Considering Dart would be their quarterback, then whoever wants to take Mendoza, let the Raiders take Mendoza. I'll just take the second best player in the draft. It's not a quarterback, and be happy with that. So, the scenario still can exist.
Like Rob in Monmouth has another name quarterback-wise in the draft. Rob?
Okay.
Oh, yes, gentlemen. Hey, happy holidays to you guys and
Likewise.
to Peter as well, to the family, to all you guys on the other side. Do a great job. Real quick, Alan, I just want to give you a big shout-out for having one of the best point guards to ever come out of New York City, Rod Strickland. I followed him from DePaul, one of the best ballers ever.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you doing that. And as a fellow LIU alum, appreciate that. Don, I'm a big fan of yours, man. I lived in Glen Rock for a minute. Used to go to the Kosher Nosh over in Glen Rock.
There you go. Great guys over there.
Not far from Hawthorne. Yeah, that's the table for big boys like you and me, Don. So here's the deal. I'm not I'm not going to poo-poo the idea of getting Mendoza. I like him. He's a good kid. I'm not reaching for a quarterback, and I'm a diehard Jets fan. I go back to the Richard Todd days in Shea Stadium.
Oh, me and you.
I'm not reaching for a quarterback, but if Dante Moore becomes available and he decides to enter the draft, that's a quarterback I'd be more interested in than Mendoza. But listening to Bart and Carlin, they just need smart players. Bart's on point with this. You just have to have some of the dumbest players in the NFL.
Didn't I say that earlier?
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
I say there's a lot of low IQ play happening out on that field.
Yeah, and I don't want, as a Jets fan, I'm not looking to reach for a quarterback because guess what? It doesn't matter if you get, what's his name, Joe Burrow from Cincinnati. You're just transferring what was in the Midwest to the East because the defenses are the same, the locker rooms are the same, and the outcome has been the same. That's really it. I want the draft picks. I want to see what Muji can do.
Yeah.
I trust him to make the moves that are necessary to build this team. I'm not in a rush. I'm not desperate and thirsty for them to be mediocre. I want to see prolific change in the way they draft and the way they do things. I want to see talent on the field.
Yeah, talent wins out. And, thank you for the phone call. And you're right. Mel Kiper Jr. believes in Moore, but he believes he'll be the top pick in the 26th draft because it looks like he's going to stay.
Well,
now,
he just said, this was earlier today, as Moore said, there's not a decision yet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they want to get a sense, because if there's a team that's like, we'll take you in the top 10 if you come out this year, how do you not?
Yeah, but again, so much happens between now and when that selection has to be made. So we'll see. Will he drop? Will he rise? And it's not going to be based on what Oregon does in the playoffs. It's going to be based upon his pro day if he decides to participate in it. It's going to his combine, his Wonderlic test, all the things that seem to move the needle more than actually throwing touchdowns and winning games in college football, which is ridiculous. One of the reasons why the draft is so maddening. There's also a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. During the More to Move You event, lease a new Mazda 2025 CX-50 2.5 S Select with all-wheel drive for $199 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN SN385912, MSRP $32,795. Zero security deposit, ends 1/2/25.
It's the best VIN.
Let's squeeze in one more. Rob in Florida, you're on ESPN New York.
What's up? So you were talking about how the Giants might get, if they would, hypothetically, they would get Mendoza, but you have Darnold. Isn't that similar to what the Jets did? They already had Darnold. They didn't build around him, and they went to Zach Wilson, and now you don't have a quarterback. The Jets. I'm a Giants fan, but you have Dart. You know what he is. Build around him. Why are you going to go out for Mendoza?
They had Darnold, but if you remember, they didn't want to give him the fifth-year option. Traded him to Carolina, who was willing to give it to him, and then they like Dart. All right, and they also don't have to make that decision about a fifth-year option. So it's apples and wrenches, really, as opposed to apples and oranges.
Not exactly the same because of exactly that.
They're not forced to make a decision on Dart.
Right, you either were going to commit to him or not, and they decided to not, and that's obviously been a mistake that they have had to pay for. But we are not saying, like I'm on the record, I said I think it's lunacy to want to move on. I have seen this conversation happen within Giant circles. If they get the number one pick, you should move on from Dart. And I'm like, are you guys crazy?
No, I
do you not know what you're looking at?
But it's not. It's crazy, but I guess there could be a scenario where it's something that they might have to think about depending on what happens the rest of the year, the new regime, if there is going to be a new general manager, and all that. Knicks have a big game coming up tomorrow against the San Antonio Spurs. Or do they? Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg until 6:30, then it's Rangers hockey on ESPN New York.
Out here, it's football season, where nothing beats backyard grilling, gathering around the fire pit, and cheering on your favorite team with friends. The yard is mowed, the lights are strung, and the grill is warming up. Whether you need to fill up your propane, get a new grill, or even a generator, out here, it's game day. And we're ready for it. Tractor Supply, for life out here.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check Kirk Herbstreit's pregame analysis first, before talking to your brother-in-law.
In this game, the key thing to watch will be the offensive line versus their front seven. If they can get pressure without blitzing, this could be a long night.
Okay, Kirk.
I know stuff.
Ooh, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Now let's take a look at the roads with Janelle Crispin.
Thanks, guys. We've got a stall on the Wantagh Parkway, livening up the afternoon commute southbound into Hempstead Turnpike. The right shoulder is blocked. Jackie Robinson Parkway in Queens all jammed up westbound. Cypress Avenue up to the area of Jamaica Avenue. And on the Harlem River Drive, northbound 145th Street Bridge up to the area of the GW Bridge. That's extra heavy. West Side Highway southbound into Murray Street. We've got a crash blocking a lane. Only delays at the Hudson River crossings or outbound at the Holland Tunnel, where there's a 10 to 15 minute delay. This report's sponsored by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation, which has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more, Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org. I'm Janelle Crispin for 880 ESPN, New York.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan. We are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, Alan.
It's Tully time.
There's only one game, but it's a big game. Rangers playing host to the Ducks. Coverage immediately following us on 880 at 6:30. No Mika Zibanejad suspended for being late to a meeting. Kreider and Trouba making their return to Madison Square Garden. And this is very rare. I know we've got a condensed schedule because of the Olympics, Alan.
Mm-hmm.
The Rangers have 5 games this week.
The back-to-back thing.
They're playing tonight against the Ducks. Tomorrow they're playing against the Canucks. Then they go to St. Louis to take on the Blues, and they've got back-to-back games coming up Saturday and Sunday. So it is a busy, busy week at the Garden with the Rangers. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Our condolences to Rob Reiner and his wife. I saw that news last night, and I was just gutted. I was always such a huge fan of his work, and then obviously the circumstances of the story are just horrendous. But, so many great movies. This is Spinal Tap, When Harry Met Sally, A Few Good Men. He was great in his acting roles, too. He had a great, the dad in The Wolf of Wall Street, which I thought was an underrated role. And, of course, All in the Family and all the things. And his dad, Carl, lived to his late 90s. Just a tragic, tragic way to die, as it looks like he may have been killed by his own son. But reading the story, that because of the neighborhood and how friendly they were, that the daughter had to go, because I guess she was doing a wellness check and weren't answering the phone. So she went, and the people that consoled her were Billy Crystal and Larry David.
Yeah.
2 people that we know very well at this radio station. And I just can't imagine what, especially Billy's going through, because they were really close friends. They basically grew up together. Obviously, he was in Harry Met Sally with, that Rob Reiner directed. He was also did a cameo in This is Spinal Tap, and Billy did one of the great lines where he's a mime. He's talking about mime is money. It was a great line of just what he must be going through. And I remember when the Giants went to their first Super Bowl in 1986, which had been January of 87. Inside the NFL interviewed Rob and Billy because they both grew up huge Giant fans and talking about. And so I remember that connection. So I was always a fan, devastated by the news. But when I saw that, the Billy, who's, he lost his house in the fires last year and then losing such a close friend. So condolences to Billy Crystal as well. Just I know there's no real sports connection, but still, he's somebody that everybody knows, and everybody grew up with in one way, shape, or form. And me being old enough to remember him in All in the Family, I remember him as an actor and as a director and all that. So condolences, just a really, really sad, devastating story.
Yeah, it was shocking as it came across, and then even more shocking when you find out like what happened. And all it does is remind you, is people that even live the luxury life and people that live a celebrity life, they're still humans, and human things happen to them. And you know, like it's like when you read some of the details and some of the, like, we still don't know all the details of what happened, but it's just sad.
No, it's just
like
really,
it just makes you stop and you just think to yourself about taking care of people around you and making sure they're okay, and you know, those who go through trouble.
You know, and then clearly what happened in Australia. What all we bring these things up is to say, you know, Michael used to call it the toy store, and he's so right. So as you figuratively live and die with your teams and where they're going to draft, and who they did or didn't trade for, who they didn't sign, remember there's a lot of other more important things going on in the world, and a lot of things that not every bad day is equal. I'll put it that way.
The Jets not making the playoffs for 15 years is like a speck.
But it's a little reminder,
to,
you know, because reality splashes in the face, you know, all the time. This too shall pass, and then the next thing you know, you're living and dying with your teams again. But it is a little reminder that there's a lot going on in the world.
Well, that's why
that
what we do is provide the distraction. Right. That's the whole idea of everything that we do here. We're well aware of it, that we know. We come up with conversations and things to talk about, things that entertain us to try to entertain you. Mm-hmm. And we all understand it. Like, what we do is not the real life stuff. It's to get you that break from real life, because moments like what the stories that happened, Brown University as well, like those are the things that they shake you. They really do. Those are the real life things that we try to distract you from.
And also, just because they happen, you know, fast and furious, it feels like that we should be numb to it. Always have an exposed nerve for this stuff. They never get numb to these devastating things. Now back to, as Michael K. used to call it, the toy store. It is. We'll talk a lot about it tomorrow, maybe even break it down tomorrow for the people. But this is such a weird, surreal thing going on with this NBA Cup. Because the great thing about where I'm situated at the Devil games, fans walk right by me because I'm downstairs. We're not up in the press box. We're down in the lower level. We're actually in Section 19, at the top of Section 19, and we saw it at the holiday party.
Yep.
Knicks fans asking you questions, not about the cup, but what trades they're going to make.
Yep.
I don't want to say Knicks fans don't care. I think some Knicks fans do care. I looked at social media. Some are very much on board. They take on the Spurs 8:30 on Prime tomorrow. If they win, they will win the third ever NBA Cup. They'll hoist a banner and everything. It is a thing.
They'll hold up a trophy
that some people
Jalen
care
Brunson
about.
Is the highest odds for NBA Cup MVP.
But there's a lot of people that are in the camp of, I don't care because it's new. I don't really know how to feel about it. It's not that I'm rooting against them, but I just don't care. They got bigger fish to fry. This is not some team that's going to finish under 500 making a miracle run. They have a banner they want to raise at the beginning of next year that's going to matter more than this.
Yep.
Then you got people like our pinhead Sue John Winthrop that flat out is rooting against them because he feels some embarrassment by winning this thing. And then there's other people that I think don't fully understand it. Like they're probably watching basketball, because I heard from a lot of people over the last 3 years. Why are the courts different?
Mm-hmm.
Why is this game different? Does this game count in the stand? Like, there are still people that are trying to wrap their mind around this thing, and while they're confused by it, they don't know how to feel about it.
Yeah.
So they kind of fall in the I don't care camp. So there's probably more people that will take a pass on it than are going to be like sweating bullets tomorrow. So maybe we'll be able to get a feel more tomorrow going into the game how people feel about it, but it is surreal.
My barber, Michael, he's Empire Barber in Woodbury. He loves soccer. That's all he watches. He doesn't really watch any American sports. All right, he's Russian, and so he's paying attention because it's the Knicks, and so he does for me. He pays attention. So it's what he said. Same thing. He's like, "What is this? It's this tournament in season?" I said, "Yeah, it's just like that." He goes, "Oh, like soccer?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, so you steal from soccer?" Like he makes the joke, like, "Yeah, like all the good things you take from us, right?"
Yeah.
very proud of soccer. But he says, oh, okay, so they win. And I said, does it matter? Like if your team won some whatever they are in soccer, I don't know, what are they? Like in the middle of a soccer season in Europe, there's a separate tournament. If your team wins it, there's prestige to it? And he just said, yeah.
But I don't know if there's prestige to this yet.
It's not the no. It's but I asked him like, does it matter? And he goes, but he said the most profound thing. That's what he said. He goes, winning matters, and it's like, yeah,
hey, why not?
So here's how I feel. A lot of Knicks fans, and you mentioned John, and he's one of them. He's the first to bring it up to us, which is really what caught our attention last week because I didn't think about it. If the Knicks got this far, how would you feel? And I got to be honest. The minute that game ended on Saturday evening and the Knicks won that game, and by the way, the Knicks played really well. Like, that was a hell of a performance by them. Well-coached game. Brunson was brilliant, 40 points. Towns that's the best defense I've seen him play. So, he's in it for something. You could tell. He's a little more locked in. There's $500,000 on the line now. They've gotten all the money so far.
Right.
The only thing left is the $500.
But it is hard for fans to get excited about how much money they're going to make.
They had to get something. So, as we put all that together, and I'm saying to myself, I'm getting texts. I'm saying to myself, like okay, they got a chance. They can win this thing. Now I wanted to see Oklahoma City. What do they look like? And then the Spurs with Wemby ended up beating the Thunder. It's only the second loss the Thunder have had. So now all of a sudden it's, hang on a second, because you thought if they lose to the Thunder, you'll want to see how they match up with Oklahoma City. But they're the best team in the league by a long shot. But now that the Spurs won, it's almost like this, well, now you're supposed to win. So what I've realized from talking to all the Knicks fan friends that I have who have been texting me over the last couple of days is this is literally a damned if you do and damned if you don't situation. Because like John said, if you win it and then the league gives you the banner and you got to hang the banner, they'll mock you for, it's the only championship you can win, the one that doesn't matter, right? If you don't win it, it's, look, you can't even win this thing. They'll never win a championship.
Find something to dig
so
on.
To me, if it's damned if you do and damned if you don't, then damn it, win it.
Yeah, win it.
I'll be damned to win then.
Yeah,
right? Isn't that better?
And of course,
I'll hang the banner. You can all laugh, but guess who's winning? That's me.
We love the tradition of it. But I think what we love more than anything, and I think this has been the problem the NBA's had, and maybe when we see it, because I think a lot of people haven't paid that close attention to it, but if you do watch the game, if you see how intense it is, that will win people over. Now, the same thing happened, similar, not exact, but similar, with the Four Nations last year with hockey. I was somebody like, whatever, it's contrived, it's not the Olympics, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you watch them play and you saw the intensity and you say, wow, how do you not get caught up in that? And now you're caught up in it, and now all of a sudden I want to see the USA win. I went from not caring to seeing how much they care. So if you see them out there really busting it and it feels like a big game, then maybe that'll win some people over. It's only 3 years old. So there's people that don't understand it, don't care as much, but maybe this will age well. Like maybe 10, 15 years from now, this will become an even a bigger thing and something you'll proudly own as a Knicks fan. Like, hey, we won one of those, right? Join the Lakers and the Bucks as the teams to have won it in the past.
Yeah.
So I get it.
I think there'll be an intensity. I don't think there was an intensity to the semifinal. I think it was just it was an up and down game.
Right.
There wasn't a lot of defense being played. Both teams were really just playing offense at a very high level. When it came to winning time, though, that's when Brunson showed up because they went on the 10-0 run that finally put them away, and they were able to keep the arm's length for the rest of the game. And so that's the part that I want to see is is this going to be a back and forth, and then is it when it's winning time, does Brunson give you the performance like he just always does? I do think personally, and I've heard them say it, I think this means something to this group.
Okay.
And it's not it's not about the title. It's not about a banner. It's more or less just sort of about this group's been together for a while, and they just want something. You know what I mean? Don, does that make sense? Well, it's like all of us. We work together. We spend all this time together. They put us in a competition. We're like, you know what? We've been doing this together for a while. Let's go kick some ass. What the hell?
Why not?
Let's
it's there to win. Might as well win it.
Because we're competitors and we like this. it's a lot different than the teams that kind of go in and they're like, whatever, this is fine. They're not into it. If I'm more locked in than you are, I'm going to win it. So I want to see. Wemby looks like he wants it.
Yeah.
He's got a little bit of an edge to him. Now, he's in a minutes restriction, but when he plays, his impact on the game is ridiculous. So will the Spurs, who are very young, will they have a little bit of an edge to them and play? One thing to keep in mind with this matchup, Knicks and Spurs last year played each other twice. Wemby played in both games. They were both very good games. Christmas Day, and the Knicks won that game. Bridges was unbelievable on Christmas Day. Then there was the game in San Antonio, where Wembanyama, I think he had like a 40-point triple-double, and Brunson went for 60. Like, it was an overtime game. Yeah. Like, that game was wild. So these teams, when they play each other, match up pretty well.
Listen, they can lose by 20, and you're like, I was never really into it, or they can have a game, epic game, like you said.
You're
Like,
lying.
whoa, that was fun.
Yeah.
Listen,
I'm sorry. Do you think, as the outside observer, with no Thunder now, is this like almost feel now you have to win? It'll look bad.
Well, yeah, because
lose.
I am sure it changed the spread. Like, what's the number on this? I'm sure they would have been a dog against the Thunder.
I haven't looked,
but
I do know that they're favored.
They're favored. So yeah, now I think you want to win it. It's not the Thunder. I don't think anybody has the Spurs coming out of the West, right?
No, I mean, again,
maybe
it's all based on Wembanyama's availability,
right? Knicks minus 2.5. So, it's close.
It's close.
But you like to win it. But, I'd love to get your thoughts on this at 1-800-919-3776.
It doesn't matter. Does it matter now to you because the Knicks are in it and you're like, the hell with it. Just win it now. Who cares?
This is not a fair comparison. I'm trying to find something. It's equal. All right? Forget soccer. I don't follow soccer, so I don't have a dog in the fight there.
All right.
But in North American sports, the only thing I can think of its equal, and it's not in the middle of the season like this, it's at the end of the season, is the conference championships in basketball. Like, you used to have those years where North Carolina's playing Duke for the ACC championship. They know they're both going to the dance. They know they're both going to get high seeds. Matter of fact, the loser of the game still might end up having a higher seed than the winner of the game.
That's like in football.
And they don't care about the ACC championship because they've got bigger fish to fry in a couple of weeks in the dance. Is it similar to where I don't want to win the ACC? I would rather save the win for if we face them in the dance. Like, at least I feel that's at least somewhat comparable.
Like in Nick Saban's time at Alabama, if they were on a run, hadn't lost, they would be okay with losing the conference championship. Not that he wanted to.
But get it out of the way.
But they knew they were going to be a top seed anyway.
Right.
Like, they weren't worried about the national championship. It was more or less like, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the years they lost the SEC championship, they won the national championship. I think something like that was a thing back then with those teams. That's kind of a similar one that you could think about, but there really isn't any other comparison because, like, any other sport, like World Baseball Championship, that's not like the Yankees and Mets. It's different, right? So that's separated. Right. It's a different championship. Even Four Nations, you're playing for your country, so there's a little something.
But this is the Knicks versus the Spurs.
Yeah, it's
just they're playing for a different kind of championship.
And it's a game that doesn't count, by the way, Don. Like, for instance, if Brunson scores 65 points in this game, it is not a Knicks record because it doesn't count.
Right. The Knicks will end up playing in this season 83 games.
83 games, right. And so will the Spurs. That's the one caveat.
But the semifinal game
that counted. Yeah, 82.
But
that
this
counted.
one will not count.
No.
So they'll still play the Spurs 2 other times this year,
they
correct?
Will, yes.
Like, instead of the traditional
New Year's Eve, actually, in San Antonio.
So I think people don't really like new things. It's hard to get that hyped up for something that's only been around for 3 years. But your team's in it. They've got a chance to win it. And forget about your stupid reindeer games of how fans are going to treat me outside of New York.
Right.
Or
they're going to make fun of you.
Or this is not the championship I want, as if one's related to the other. Matter of fact, you can make more of a case that winning this game tomorrow could have more value to an eventual championship than the law of averages saying, if I win this, then I won't win the title. Like, no, all wins. You've been given a gift. How many times as a reporter, Alan, have you asked the question about measuring stick games?
Oh, yeah.
When you covering the Islanders, Knicks,
always.
me with the Rangers, Devils, like Coach, when the best team comes to town, is this a measuring stick game? Find out how good you are.
Litmus test.
Now, that would have been a better question had it been the Thunder
Yes.
And it's not even really you against the Spurs because, according to Vegas, you're the better team anyway right now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just the Knicks getting in a chance to play for something, to kind of just test themselves, something they want.
Is this team
Can you get it?
Are they a winner?
Are they a winner? Exactly.
No.
And I think there's value. And here's the cool thing. If you don't care, then you don't care. I'm not going to try to tell you how to feel, but the idea that this has anything to do with them winning or losing a championship, I think
one has nothing to do with the
ridiculous.
other.
One has nothing to do with the other.
But at least one early on in the season gives you a feel like, could this be a special season?
You have some Giannis stuff we'll save for a little bit later, but there are some people that want to chime in about this. So let's talk to Steve in New Fairfield. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Steve?
Hey, what's up, boys? I was one of the cranky guys who thought this was so contrived and ridiculous. But the way I've kind of put it in perspective for myself, when these games start, it is up a bit. You can see it. The intensity is a little greater. So I'm just because I'm competitive and I love competition like we all do. That's why we love sports. I'm just taking it for when these games go on. I'm into it as if it isn't even a cup. And if it's ramped up and it's just like because it's a regular season game, I'm enjoying the competition. And when this is over, win or lose, we got 5 months. We got the longest winter ahead. It won't mean anything after tomorrow night or whatever. January, February, March. We know what the big ring's about. There's going to be trolls. There's going to be haters. So I'm just trying to put it in perspective that way.
And the trolls and haters are going to find whatever angle they want to find, right, Steve?
Right.
Oh, you can't even win this. Right. Or if you win it, you won the baby cup.
Right.
Whatever it is, or the baby championship.
Figures you won the one that doesn't count.
People that are going to troll, they're going to troll. Believe me, they can pivot better than anybody. They'll find a different angle to come after Knicks fans.
Yeah, what are you worried about?
It shouldn't bother you. Now, do I lose sleep over a loss? No. Do I take to 7th Avenue if I win? No. But it's cool, and it's not your average game. Right? There's so many games. And you said a long winter, it could be.
No, this will have a little extra sizzle to it because it's a neutral site, because it's all eyes are on you. The whole league is off. Everybody's watching you. It
is on the app.
It's going to have a feel. Well, it is
Amazon
on Prime.
But
how do you feel
find
about
it for football. So
I like how you say that. It is on the app. So it's a Thursday night football game? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, no, what I'm saying is it's on the app, which means people get aggravated. So if you're definitely somebody on the fence, it being on the app could be the reason why you don't watch now.
It's the most maddening thing. Like I said, that commercial, whatever it is, you can't last channel. It drives me crazy.
Well, what do you got tomorrow? You got Rangers, Canucks. Obviously, nobody playing in the NBA, right?
No,
there's no football.
The whole league's off.
So, I mean, most basketball fans are not huge hockey fans and vice versa. So, what else? You got a game. And here's the cool thing is if you're not into it, it's the Knicks. You're still going to watch. The only thing, there's one little tiny thing I haven't heard brought up.
No.
One little tiny thing that could be a difference maker. Plus, Alan's got a little bit more on Giannis.
What is it?
Hahn Rosenberg, take you up until 6:30. Then it's Rangers hockey here on ESPN New York.
Hey guys, the holidays are here, and I want to tell you about Amazon Pickup, the ultimate convenience play. We all know Amazon is part of everyday life, but Amazon Pickup takes it to the next level, especially during the holiday rush. If you're on the go like me, you could send your orders to a secure Amazon Pickup location that works best for you. It's a great way to keep gifts a secret until it's time to wrap them. Life doesn't slow down this time of year. Amazon lockers and counters are located near you, so no matter where your day takes you, your package is ready when you are. For me, Amazon Pickup gives me the flexibility to grab gifts and packages on my schedule, whether it's on a quick lunchtime break, during my commute, or while the baby naps. It's simple. Order online, and at checkout, just choose the pickup location that's most convenient. You'll get an email confirmation when it's ready with instructions to pick it up. Quick, secure, and always at no cost. Check it out for yourself. Go to Amazon.com/pickupMVP to learn more. That's Amazon.com/pickupMVP.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Discover a driving experience crafted to inspire. At Garden City Mazda, exceptional design and sophisticated performance come together during the Mazda More to Move You sales event. Lease the 2025 Mazda CX-5 for just $229 a month at Garden City Mazda.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles. Rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Listen up, football. Why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
New York Presbyterian treats more heart patients than any other hospital in New York. From common to complex conditions, our cardiologists and heart surgeons are pioneers in advanced heart care, leading the way in minimally invasive treatments for faster recovery times. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital based on U.S. News and World Report 2025 to 2026 Cardiology, Heart, and Vascular Surgery Rankings.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Janelle Crispin.
A breakdown making it not so quick on the Van Wyck. Disabled vehicle southbound at Atlantic Avenue blocking the right lane. Jackie Robinson Parkway heavy westbound. Cypress Avenue up to Jamaica Avenue. 163rd Street in the Bronx westbound the Prospect and to 3rd Avenue closed because of a crash involving an MTA bus. And the West Side Highway southbound at Murray Street there's a collision. GW Bridge outbound heavy delays. Inbound not bad. Fine at the Lincoln Holland Tunnel 10 to 15 minute delays in both directions. This report sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance. Got issues with youth or high school sports? PCA can help. It's a national nonprofit offering more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students. Visit PCADevZone.org. I'm Janelle Crispin for 880 ESPN, New York.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the weather first, before wearing face paint to the game.
Bro, your Go Cats is dripping into your nachos.
Oh, and now paint is in my eyes.
Interception! Did you see that?
No!
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
At AT&T, we guarantee our network so you can talk college football with your BFF while taking Buster to the vet.
Hey, yeah, I can't believe he ate the whole thing of chicken wings.
And I can't believe we're staging a comeback. Touchdown!
Yes!
Staying connected matters. That's why in the rare event of a network outage, you'll automatically get a bill credit for a full day's service. For wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers, must be connected to impacted tower at onset of outage. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for full details.
So the other thing that hasn't been brought up yet that could be an issue with this game, if somebody gets hurt.
Yes.
So
nobody
God forbid,
wants that.
I'm not even going to mention a name, okay?
Don't,
But
please.
somebody of significance tears something, breaks something, strains something, and is out for the year. What do you think people are going to say? For this Fugazi Cup,
Yep.
we lost so-and-so for the entire year. Puh. I'm done with it. Because if they do it for all-star games, which are technically completely meaningless, so that's the one little caveat because the game does not matter for the standings. Like if somebody tore something against Orlando, it did mean something for the standings. This is not going to mean anything for the standings, not going to mean anything for the record books. Like you said, Brunson can score 100 points. In the eyes of the Lord, it didn't happen. So if, God forbid, somebody got hurt, that does happen, and it does affect the second half of the season. That's the thing you don't want, because win or lose on Wednesday, if somebody of significant on the Knicks got hurt really bad, that'll all anybody talk about. Why are we playing this stupid thing? It's ridiculous. You know that's a fact. Even people that love it will end up having that opinion.
You're absolutely right. And think about it. How important is Victor Wembanyama to this league?
Huge.
Immensely important. And
he might be as significant as anybody, right?
Yeah, well, think about it again. LeBron's at the end.
Curry's
right?
at the
Steph
end.
Curry he's heading to the end, and his team's not very good.
Right.
You're really starting to see. You're waiting for who's the next star that's going to be able to carry this league, and he really does seem like that guy. That he wants it, he understands it. He's all about it, and he's been hurt. He gets hurt. He came back to play in that semifinal and played really well, but they're keeping him in minutes restriction. Like, you worry about a guy like him. What if something happens to him in this game?
Right.
Never mind. Like, look, locally, if something happens to a Knicks player, yes, it's one that we'll be talking about probably for weeks after it. But if something happened to him, like, how many people around the whole league would start wondering, like, what the hell are we doing?
I know.
Putting a star at risk in a game that doesn't count doesn't mean anything.
And that would, but they know that.
Look, Giannis has played in this game. LeBron has played in this game. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has played in this game. Stars have played in the NBA Cup final in the last 2 years. This is nothing new. Fortunately, there's never been any issues like this. But you're not wrong to bring that up, and it's always a concern.
Now, it's a different set of circumstances in the NHL, but you don't think Gary Bettman's not going to be in a fetal position every time an Olympic game is played?
Well, what happened in the Four Nations? What happened to the Kachuk brothers?
I know.
That had
Matthews Kachuk is still nursing injuries from that.
Yep.
But
and then what's his name? The defenseman, American defenseman who got hurt. Who was it that got hurt? Come on, Anthony, help me out. Yeah, Charlie McAvoy.
Oh, well, McAvoy got hurt this year, taking a puck to the face.
I'm talking about last year.
Oh yeah, no, definitely got
Four
hurt.
Nations.
Right? Yeah. But the Olympics, all of your stars are there.
Yeah.
Right, except the Russian one. Right, but like everybody's going to be there, and so Gary's like, "Oh my God, I just don't need anybody to get hurt," and that has nothing to do with the league, other than just trying to keep relations well.
He just worried about the Russians getting out of shape.
This is something that I'm telling you, this is Adam Silver's baby. It's not going away. All right.
Yeah, right.
You might as well try to embrace it.
He loves this. He's all into this. They're putting all the resources in. They're getting all the sponsorship on it. It is definitely a lot of they want it to continue to grow. Having the Lakers, a big market team in it in the first year was phenomenal. Big. Having the Knicks in it this year helps them tremendously as well. It'll be a huge boost for Prime. Because it's Prime's first time, and they're going to get think about the number they'll get in New York.
Because even though the game doesn't mean anything for the standings, tell me, even a Knicks fan hates the Cup. They're going to watch. It's the Knicks.
It's the Knicks.
It's your team's playing.
Yeah, and we can't do anything. We can't do pre or post. We don't have coverage. Nothing local. This is only their pregame, their postgame, their
this
game.
is the big initiative.
This
is
Prime.
And Amazon Prime, and this is what they're paid for.
Because
right?
how many people do you think watched it last year?
The Bucks and who?
Bucks and the Thunder in New York. Now, it wasn't on Prime. There was no Prime then.
It was on ESPN, I believe.
It was, But like, do you think people were really like, I got to watch this?
What was the total?
I never even looked.
Can you look up, Anthony, what the rating was on ESPN?
Because
it was just ESPN, wasn't ABC, right?
I think it was just ESPN, yeah. Because if you're Prime and you have New York, the New York market, and a team that unifies the town, that number's got to be unreal, right? It's going to be a good number.
I don't want to say anything until I hear the number from last year. Now, it is on Prime, so that's going to affect it.
Think it'll still limit it?
I would think. Wouldn't you think?
Not everybody has it, obviously, right?
Yankee fans have it, right? All right. 2.9, so 3 million. So 3 million people watch it last year on ESPN. You know what? There's a chance that you'll get – it was on ABC. You know what?
Was it a Tuesday night?
It had to be.
What did it go up against?
It was a Tuesday night.
What could it go up against? The NBA shuts down. There's no football.
It was down 35% versus the 2023 one.
Because you have the Lakers.
Yeah, the Lakers.
4.58 Pacers Lakers.
All right, wait.
Well, you had the Lakers and LeBron.
So 4 points. So round it off. So it cost them $2 million because it's the Lakers. I will make this prediction. Now, Amazon, if this were on ESPN or ABC,
it would easily be the highest
New
rated.
York would get a bigger number than what the nation gave it last year. You can get 3 million people in New York to watch that.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But because it's on Amazon Prime, there are people that just
they don't have it.
They wouldn't watch their own wedding on Amazon Prime.
Everybody has Amazon, though. It feels like who doesn't have Amazon?
It's almost to the point where if porn was on an app, I think people would be like, I'm going to get it someplace else. There are people that just have this. They
don't want to do anything
they're disgusted
streaming.
by it.
Nothing.
They're protesting it. They don't know how to do it. I mean, listen, I was somebody like I rolled my eyes, but now it's
you're stuck with it.
Are we that to the point where I just can't hit a couple of buttons? It is a pain, but if it's something you want to watch, and again, it's funny. Oh, but when it's football, they'll stick their head in an oven as long as they can watch it, right? But everything else, like, I'm not watching that Yankee game on Friday because it's on Prime.
Right.
They're not getting my money. All of a sudden, a COVID Tuesday Texans-Jaguars game.
Can't miss
and
that.
people are severing their own foot to watch it on. It is crazy. It is crazy.
It's only in a flooded dumpster. It's the only place you can see it.
That's right.
I'm putting on scuba gear and I'm going right in the dumpster. Right into the muck.
Let's go to Ralph down in Florida. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Ralph?
How's it going, guys? I wanted to touch base on the Knicks and how I feel that as a Knicks fan, we've gone through a long time of watching losing, and nothing's guaranteed. A finals appearance is not guaranteed, but I can tell you what is guaranteed: a chance to win something that matters. That in a few years, you don't want to be one of those teams that is like, all these teams have won the Emirates Cup except these. You don't want to be the except these. And another thing, I'm rooting for the Placom Darriers of this world, the Tyler Koliks, the Ariel Haportis, to make some money.
Get some loot.
Get some money that they don't see,
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm rooting for.
Did you see the story? And thank you, Ralph. Last year, getting to the quarterfinals, the Knicks got some money, not a lot, but still, for you and me, it's a lot. Tyler Kolik bought his mom a car with it. So they asked, what are you going to do this year with it? And he's getting a lot more this year. So he said his dad's getting greedy. He wants a car and a boat.
Okay.
Like he's about buying all stuff for his parents. But Karl Anthony Towns said winning the championship, he's going to take all the money that he gets from this and donate it to the Dominican Republic, to a cause that he has there. His mother was Dominican, who had passed, and he wanted to do something in her name using that money. So it's like that part of the money is always, there's always different interesting stories about it.
Lewis in Queens, you're on ESPN New York.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Good.
So, I wanted to talk about the NBA Cup. I don't think the NBA does a very good job of promoting it well, and I think they need to do a better job of incentivizing it for fans to care about it. I think they could do it as – they need to figure out a way where the team who wins or the teams who at least go to Vegas gets some sort of compensation for it, not just the players, so Tyler Kolik's dad could get a car and a boat. And it needs to be something tangible for the fans to hold. Let's say if they get a second round comp pick, that potential player could be potentially anything.
Lewis,
They could follow that player.
Lewis, you had me until that was your plan. A second round pick doesn't mean
that's just an example.
No,
that's an example.
Yeah, okay.
Just an example.
I need you to try harder.
I don't
no,
think
you have it. You got to try harder than that. A second round pick.
But
even Jacob Perry's rolling his eyes, man. Lewis, we got to do better.
What can they give the fans?
Let's go back to the drawing board because you had me. I'm like, okay, what could be?
This.
What's in it for the fans? And then you're like, second round pick. What is a fan getting out of a second round pick? I mean, you should. No, listen. You're onto something though. Wait a minute. You're onto something. You want fans to care about it? You're absolutely right. What are the fans getting? Why? I don't. So what? So Tyler Kolik gets $500,000. What am I getting? How about something? The winning team. The fans. If you're a fan of the winning team, there has to be something that the league provides for you. Whether it's one game, the league covers. I don't know. Does like a whole section of ticket. I don't know. Something. Think of something you could do where every fan benefits from that team winning.
It's an extra game that doesn't count in the standings. So the Knicks are going to play 83 games.
Yes.
All right. So I guess the NBA could say, well, you're getting an extra game to watch with your team.
Oh, really? Thank you.
And if you – all right, let's take it a step further. What if they just said, okay, one Knick home game in the future will be completely free?
What do you do? You give the Knicks the money?
But that's – Yeah, but they're getting money for this, right? So that maybe that's part of it. Like, all right, we're giving all this money to the players, but to give something back for the fans, one game, and maybe it's a
See, now we're on to something.
Now
Lewis was a little crazy with the reward, but I kind of like this.
It's not Knicks. It's not going to be Knicks Lakers.
But think about it. Like, what would be a reasonable thing? Because you know how hard it is, first of all, to decipher a fan. It's not like you're not a card-carrying member.
Right.
You can't just, like, if you said every fan gets, like, you just go to the NBA store and you get a free shirt, everybody is going to want this shirt. You know what I mean? Like,
that's not going to help.
If you say this game is free, it will sell out, quote unquote, in seconds on the internet, and some morons might buy it and then resell the tickets. So
and that only services like less than 20,000 people,
and then
right?
You do it right. You do a walk up, and now what if?
And you don't want a mob scene. You don't
can't
want
do that.
You can't.
But what can you give a fan tangibly, so they care if their team wins the championship?
And you don't want to do anything that's going to affect the competitive balance, right? Like when the Major League Baseball wanted to give back for their tie in the All-Star game, they decided, okay, the winner of the All-Star game, the league. That league will get home field advantage of the World Series. It was ridiculous. You can't say like, well, if the Knicks win this.
You know what some people said? If you win it, it's a playoff berth. You lock in at worst a play-in berth.
All right, how about this?
Yeah, but what if it's like a team like the Kings, or the Hornets that win, and then they struggle throughout the whole season?
That's not my problem. You won it. You get the 8th seed or the 10th seed, I should say.
I was going to say, like, if you wanted to just award each team that's in this an automatic berth into the playoffs. Okay, so that means no matter what happens, Knicks, Spurs guaranteed. Spurs in the West, Knicks in the East, guaranteed a playoff spot no matter what. Now, in a year like this,
right,
it's not going to matter,
right,
because they're both making the playoffs,
right.
But maybe if you do get a year where the Pistons are taking on, I don't know who's an also ran in the West.
Well, the Pistons are the number one team in the East right now.
No, but I'm not the Pistons. I'm at the Wizards. I'm at the Wizards.
Oh, the Wizards.
Right.
Okay.
So Wizards, Pelicans. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Now, if they're playing in it, well, we'll tack on extra playoff. But you can't really do that because really, when are you ever going to see the championship game with two teams that can't make the playoffs?
Here's the other problem with that theory too: is that if a bad team, quote unquote, somehow just has an early good run and they find themselves in the championship and they get that playoff berth, they might be like, I don't want this. I want the draft pick. I want to be in the lottery.
Yeah, and also, and you can't award extra home games because that's not fair to the team that you play. I don't know what you can do. I mean, 1-800-919-3776. If there's something tangible to get a fan to say, I want to win this because, not just because my team's lifting a banner, I want something out of this. 1-800-919-3776. We also promised you Alan had a little bit more on the Giannis stuff.
Maybe you can get Giannis if you win.
That'd be different.
Your reward is they have to take whatever you offer for Giannis.
Oh, boy. Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2025. Last chance! Donate now for a 2025 tax deduction.
Why do you go to Princeton Longevity Center?
We go to Princeton Longevity Center because my husband's cardiologist told him having this exam saved his life.
Because somehow 20 turned into 40, and now I need to take my health more seriously. The Princeton Longevity Center designed a program to keep me healthy and active, so 50 and 60 will be no sweat.
Because even though my cholesterol is high, it turned out my arteries are clear. That's a big relief.
Whether you want to make the most of your future years or just want peace of mind, you need the Princeton Longevity Center. Their comprehensive preventive exam combines the latest technology with caring experts to create your personal plan for staying well.
Because I shouldn't have to wait an hour for a 10-minute physical. I go to Princeton Longevity Center because I get everything done in one day and take my results home with me.
Find out why you need Princeton Longevity. Call 888-8000-PLC or go to PrincetonLongevityCenter.com. Call 888-8000-PLC. That's 888-8000-PLC.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Some stages celebrate. This one tests everything. Every drive, every approach, every putt. Pressure builds, resilience matters, and history waits for the bold. In June, the 2026 U.S. Open Championship returns to the Hamptons at the iconic Shinnecock Hills Golf Club. Experience the world's best golfers competing on one of the sport's most storied stages. Don't just watch greatness, experience it live at the 126th U.S. Open. Daily tickets are available now on SeatGeek.
Empower. Jen has ordered a decadent seafood tower, king crab legs, lobster tails, and a waterfall of caviar. Pricey? You bet. But Jen worked with Empower on her savings and investment strategy and planned for splurges like these. She got good at money, so she can be a little bad. Ooh, champagne. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risk. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisory Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. OMG, those shrimps are really jumbo.
Out here, pets are always by your side, watching the herd, running fence lines, or asleep at your feet. Pets are some of our favorite customers. When you bring them along to Tractor Supply, we'll always have a treat waiting. And with our price match guarantee, you'll always get the best price on their favorite food, toys, treats they love, and pet meds to keep them healthy. Tractor Supply, for pets out here.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope, it's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
All right, this is a big segment for Alan because he's got the Giannis stuff, but I want him to open up with his idea.
I like this.
How fans can get interested in the Cup.
All right, so and we have your calls too. We'll get to those because a lot of people have ideas, but we were just spitballing as we like to do. And so you tell me, would you do this if we said to you, I'm the league, and I said, okay, we're going to do something new this year. Before the first NBA Cup pool play game, so it's usually that's like early November. You have a certain date, cutoff date I'm going to give you. I guess it's November 2nd. There's a website for the Cup. You can go to it, register yourself as a card-carrying member, fan of this team.
Mm.
You can only do one team, and you can only sign up one time. we get all your information. So your name, where you live, all that stuff. And this is it. Plant your flag. This is my team. So now we have you in the system. There could be, now again, like Don was saying this, now we have an idea of who has the most fans or who has the most people supporting them or believing in them that they can win this thing. But let's just say now we've got a couple of 100,000 people who decided they're going to register as a card-carrying member fan of the Knicks. And now the Knicks are in the NBA Cup final. If the Knicks win this thing, all of you who have signed up and have this registry, you have a QR code or you have a code, whatever it is, you have some way to identify yourself that we gave you in response to you signing up. If your team wins, you can go and get free merch, championship merch, right? Like right. You know, they have the championship shirts and all that stuff. You'll get that free merch. So you get that. You go to the store, you put in your code, you get it for free. Other people have to pay for it, you don't. And a discount on a future game. You want to buy tickets, there's another code we give you, and you get a discount on tickets to go to see your team play in your arena. So at Knicks at the Garden. So if you live in Spokane, Washington, and you're a Knicks fan,
we're not flying you there.
I can't fly you there, but if you get your way to New York, you can come see the game, and you get a heavily discounted ticket.
And this merch isn't just any merch. This isn't like free merch. They can create merch that only those fans have. So let's say, I don't know, there's 100,000 Knicks fans that register.
Yep.
Then we will just make 100,000 hats and shirts, and those will be it. Maybe you can even put numbers on them, like that, to show you're special. Like nobody else could have.
So
this.
When you see someone else wearing it, you're
then
like,
hey, you're one of the guys. You know, and
I like that.
So listen, is that much of a needle mover? But it's really the only thing I can really think of.
Well, people like getting
they
something.
Could do that.
At least you get something out of it instead of, hey, your team won. All right, cool. Right?
Yeah,
like at least you get something out of it.
A lot of people with ideas, let's try to squeeze them in. But before that, there's a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings during the More to Move You event. Lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-5 2.5S all-wheel drive for $229 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN S07755503. MSRP $30,920. Zero security deposit. Ends 1/2/26. Dave in Westchester, you're on ESPN New York.
Hi, Don and Hahn. Big fan.
Excellent.
I actually like the exclusive merch idea, but I was thinking maybe the winning team could have the NBA All-Star Weekend in their city. Kind of have like festivities in their city.
The only issue there, Dave, it's a great idea, except they don't.
Utah in February would be problems.
No, it's just that they need
the
prep.
year to year that would be very difficult to plan out. Like that, these are things that they plan out years in advance, right? They already know who next year's host is in the year. Like, so that's it's too much to do, but I like where your head's at.
Yeah, I just don't know how much the fans are going to care necessarily.
Yeah, again, what am I getting
and
out of it? I can't go.
And what do you do if, the same team wins back-to-back years? Then that second year, I'm not going to get the All-Star game, so who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Richard and Roslyn, you're on ESPN New York.
Hello, this is Richard from Roslyn.
Sure.
Hey, Richard, we have you.
All righty, I got two ideas. The first one with the concept of whatever it is, T-shirt is fantastic. That's totally going to work. And when the person sends in what they want, the one T-shirt that they have to make for every team, you tell them what size you want. You get your free shirt. Have a nice day. But I thought somehow the season ticket holders should get maybe one game paid for. This way you could make extra shirts, and then the season ticket holder would get a shirt as well as one game paid for free.
That's extra loyalty.
Price,
so
I know
your season ticket
the
holder.
Bottom extra tickets are a lot of money, and they're corporated out though.
Yeah, thank you, Richard. That would be more of the challenge as well, because some of the tickets aren't owned by a human being; they're owned by a company.
Hey, but people like exclusive merch.
Oh, I think that's a great idea.
Selling you or sending you what everybody else can go out there and buy, but to be the select few,
nobody else
with
can
that
buy
number.
This shirt.
I think that would be pretty cool. I mean,
like
if Peter were here, because Peter collects shirts and hats and stuff. I think Jacobs was even that would be something
Jake?
for you,
Jake,
right?
you would want
if there
this?
were only 30,000 of this hat and you had one of them,
and all you had to do was just go to the website, put your name in, and say, "I'm planting my flag. This is my team for this cup run." And then there you are. You get yourself a shirt if they win.
Listen,
now you're rooting.
I'm all in. I already told Anthony I'm getting up about 5 new sign-ups. I'm signing my mother up. I'm signing my dad up. I'm collecting as many shirts as I could, or
it's
at least
smart.
the opportunity to go to a game.
I mean, but I think it's a good idea.
It's not a bad idea.
People die for these T-shirts in arenas all the time.
Listen, there's not much you can give the fans, but that sounds like something that they would actually
It's
enjoy.
something. You root for something.
Terrence, out on Long Island. You're on ESPN New York.
Hey, man, what's going on?
What's up, T?
Hey, so I basically had the same idea. I was thinking either you sign up early, when it starts, and then you can get like an exclusive T-shirt or something like that, or even something like which would work perfect for MSG. It's like a matinee game. Like it's almost like a family package. You buy one, get one other ticket 50% off. Something like that. When it's super expensive for whether it's LA or New York, you're going to a game gets expensive. It's $500 to get 2 tickets. $250 a piece or whatever.
Yep.
And now you're talking popcorn or travel.
Yeah.
That would promote, fans. Oh, I'm going to cheer even extra harder now because now I could, bring my kid to the game. I could bring my wife. I could bring my friend.
Now you celebrate. Yeah, now you got that. And here's another thing I thought of building off of this. So you have your X amount of fans that register. They can select one or a couple of those that get something even better, like a ring or a replica trophy that is selected randomly. Like you're gonna get your exclusive merch, but somebody can also win a lottery of getting a ring.
15
or something
players
really.
on the team. You get 15. There's 15 NBA Cup miniature trophies.
Yes.
And so 15 of them signed by one player. Randomly given out to. Yeah. You might just be the lucky one.
One or 10% of them or something like that.
And think about it, how easy is this to do?
No, believe me, it's easy. It doesn't really cost anything at all.
I'm gonna tell Adam.
What was the Giannis stuff before we go?
So it's being reported now that this is Mark Stein, who's very good, very well connected. Because we talked about I worry about the Thunder. They have all these draft picks. Would they want to make a move for Giannis? Maybe the Spurs and all that stuff. He's saying Thunder do not want to make a play for Giannis. They don't want to shake up their roster.
Okay.
They're quite happy with what they have. So there's one team out of the way. Spurs, same story. Not really looking to wade in those waters. Not interested. They're out. There's several teams that people thought might get involved, but teams are telling the Bucks, we're not interested. We don't want to do what it's going to take, a massive deal. Golden State would love to try to do anything, because they're a mess. So they're trying to come up with some way, but they don't really have a ton other than Kuminga. People are worried about the Miami Heat. In fact, in some places, the Heat are now the new favorite to land Giannis when it comes to odds. Knicks very much still in sort of just wait-and-see mode, but nothing all the reports say that there's nothing active that they're doing. And so 2 things at play. The Bucks might have to take less than they hope to get to trade Giannis, or they might have to wait till the offseason.
Okay.
And last but not least, that's why now some of the reporting is that John Horst, the GM, is sort of telling teams, before we do anything, we might see what we can do to make our roster better around Giannis rather than blow it up by trading him. So they still control it because they don't have to trade him. And so anybody that thinks something's imminent, it does not feel like it is.
And before we go to ENN, James says, I know what to do. Give the winning team extra cap space for the remainder of the season, like $3-5 million. That would get the fans excited, too. ENN's coming up next. Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
It's football season, and you should be out there enjoying every play, every tailgate, every moment. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. That's where Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain comes in. He's one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and dedicated to getting you back in the game. Here's the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided procedures that get real results. Dr. Shaw treats everything from neck pain, back pain, migraines, nerve pain, and chronic joint pain. And he builds a custom game plan that's right for you. Same day or next day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. And yes, most major insurances are accepted. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Go to SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
ZipRecruiter.
Now let's take a look at the roads with Janelle Crispin.
Thanks, guys. Some extra slow traffic on the west side Highway southbound into Murray Street. There's an accident blocking a lane, and we have traffic back to 12th Street. Harlem River Drive jammed up northbound 135th up to the GW Bridge, and the Henry Hudson Parkway northbound the off-ramp to the GW Bridge. That's partially blocked because of a disabled mini school bus blocking the right lane. Cross Bronx extra slow westbound into the Alexander Hamilton Bridge. Crash there. 2 lanes are blocked. Outbound heavy delays at the GW Bridge, inbound not bad. Lincoln Tunnel, you're fine. Holland Tunnel in both directions, there's a 10 to 15 minute delay. And 280 in Newark eastbound approaching exit 13 Orange Street. Crash on the shoulder. I'm Janelle Crispin for 880 ESPN, New York.
Caffeine doesn't have to be bitter or boring anymore. 5-hour energy shots are bringing the flavor and the energy. One of my personal favorites, Strawberry Banana, is giving smoothie vibes in a compact caffeinated shot. Whether you like your energy sour, fruity, or tropical, with 17 flavors, there's something for you. And yeah, it's got as much caffeine as a 12-ounce coffee, but 0 sugar and no crash. Big flavor, tiny bottle, tasty caffeine done right. You can grab yours in-store or hit up 5hourenergy.com or order on Amazon today.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for 3.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. This is an ENN special report. Now reporting.
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports. Do what you want. It's ENN.
6:01 of the big city. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg with you till 6:30. Then it's Rangers hockey. Rangers and the Ducks at the Garden. Peter's been off, but he will join ENN, which is led by Anthony Pusick.
Well, yes, thank you, Peter, and thank you, Don. We actually have a lot to get to because Peter was at John Cena's final match this weekend in WWE, and there was a lot of interest and intrigue in how it ended. So we'll get Peter's take on that when he joins us. But first, I'd like to say good evening to Don and Alan. Why not? Why not? I think it's great.
We're beatboxing. Why not?
I think it's great. Don again.
You remove a piece and you add.
I didn't forget, Don. I didn't forget that was there.
Right. Now, the problem with that, it sounds like I'm going to say something else. No, that's it. That's the quote.
Yeah. Not you add.
You remove a piece and you add.
And you add.
All right.
And that's it.
I'm not adding. People are going to be waiting for, what do you add?
No.
Nothing.
You're adding.
By removing the piece.
Addition by subtraction?
We add it.
That's what that is.
Yeah, but that's old. This is a new.
I know. I like it.
This is the reboot of that.
In case people get confused. Don again.
I didn't know I had that in me until it came out.
Yep.
Yeah,
bang.
This was a good day.
Peter in the background squealing for some reason.
Wait.
I didn't know I had that in me until it came out.
Peter saying, I get it at the end. That's a drop.
Who played the drop?
That was me.
But that was today. I didn't know I had that
today
until it came out.
I didn't like that.
I looked right at Jake.
That was right after you said remove the piece and add.
Yeah. Looked right at Jake, and I was like, oh, yeah,
a good moment.
we need that one.
And then Don again.
Kill the quarterback. It's only 15 yards.
Well, we were talking about the NBA Cup over the last hour, and we loved everybody's suggestions. And bring them back tomorrow because that could be a lot of fun. According to sources with ESPN, the league is openly considering the possibility of moving the championship game of the in-season tournament away from Vegas next season. The decision, which comes in the wake of the league announcing back in September that this would be the last season both the semifinals and championship game will be played at a neutral site, is a recognition that the neutral site approach has lacked the energy and enthusiasm, at least to this point, the league initially hoped it would.
Have you seen the crowd?
No.
They darken the seats.
It's not good.
So the stage, like they want the court to look like a stage, but they also darken the seats. You can't tell. Ain't nobody there.
That's not great.
That game was a 2:30 start local time.
All right.
On Saturday.
So where are
in
you going to
Vegas.
put it to guarantee a crowd? You can't put it somewhere where weather can be a factor.
Higher
right?
seed.
Also, you wanted to make it like a home game.
It's a home game. I think the semifinals should be a home game because it's still a regular season game. The championship, however, that's one that's hard to decide. Who hosts it? I don't know.
I also wonder is the motivation that when they do expand, they're going to expand to Vegas, right? You figure there's no way the NBA is going to be left out of all these teams going to Vegas. The A's are eventually going to be there. You've already got the Golden Knights and the Raiders.
It's clear they're going to put a basketball team
So you can't – I guess you still could if you wanted to, but now it's no longer a neutral site, right? Now it's a place where NBA teams play.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get into the whole would the Saudis get involved, throw you a ton of money, have it played out there? Can you
to go all the way to like Abu Dhabi?
Alan, what are you doing this weekend?
I'm just you sounds outrageous, but what's Adam Silver going to turn down? We'll give you $2 billion to have a championship game played there. Guess what?
Wrong.
Rev up the engines, guys.
Listen,
warm up the plane.
We're
going.
We'll do a couch cast at 11 a.m. right outside.
I'm in.
We'll do a nice little couch cast.
What if they did it at the Garden every year? The Mecca. You wouldn't think you could sell that out?
No, you could sell it out.
Well, think about it.
Isn't that all they want?
Well, you're doing it now. Now's the time to come to New York, right? You go see the tree, right? Rockefeller Center, the whole nine. Listen, it's old hat for us, right? But for people around the country, hey, I'll go to New York. But the problem is
all the players love playing there.
But if you get a day like yesterday on the day of the game, and all of a sudden nobody's in the building because they can't. Listen, New York,
come on.
You don't worry about it because there's public transportation. But interesting.
It is interesting.
Can we get just baby steps, right? Let's get everybody on board first, and then we can have some fun with where the games
if we're already abandoning the idea that the neutral site isn't a good idea, clearly they've felt the way about the way that this has gone so far. So we'll see what happens. But I'd like to bring in the namesake of ENN, Peter Rosenberg. Peter, Mika Zibanejad will not play tonight because he was late to a meeting in the morning. Is that what happened to you and why you're not on the show today?
Yeah, they said cumulatively after being for 700 meetings, today was the day I missed the whole show.
Wow.
Yeah.
They said, you know what, take the whole week. They said the only way to do it is to take the whole week.
You take the week.
We got to draw a line in the sand. Now is the time. Winthrop said enough's enough. We have to have accountability around here.
Despite the fact that
700 missed meetings is one too many.
Despite the fact that do you know how many times he missed Don LaGreca tell someone to eat something that they shouldn't eat, and it grossed out Alan Hahn in a meeting?
Now, despite the fact that we're sarcastic and we're laughing and this is funny, there's people in the chat that think this, in the YouTube chat, that think this might be serious. No, Peter has always had this week off. This was always planned, and nothing in the events of Friday has led to the fact that he's off this week.
Yeah,
just wanted to clear that up for everybody.
Because I would be on vacation, and all of a sudden I'd look down and I'd see my Twitter blowing up. People discussing how I was suspended.
Yes.
Because that's what Michael said. Oh, Don's been suspended, and people buy that. So.
But I just wanted to poke a
You
little
remember that.
Oh, I know. That was Michael's favorite reindeer game he liked to play. He was always a big fan of the someone's been suspended reindeer game.
Now, Peter, I know that, and that's what's beautiful about this company, is the first day that you had off in your week, you were asked to work. I'm sure that you'd love to talk about Jaden Daniels being shut down for the rest of the year, but what we really
did that happen?
It did happen.
Yes.
God, let me say one thing.
God bless.
God bless.
God bless.
Now, what we really wanted John for, and our pinhead suit John Winthrop, really excited about this. The end of John Cena's WWE career and how it happened. So for all those who don't know, Saturday night's main event, Peter was there in Indianapolis.
Damn right.
And John Cena.
Not in Indianapolis.
It wasn't in Indianapolis.
D.C.
DC.
First time those
You know
cities have ever been confused.
Well, what was in Indianapolis? Something recent was in Indianapolis.
WrestlePalooza.
See, and that was like 3 months ago, so I'm right there. You know what made me? Because you know what, John was on with
The Indy
McAfee.
500.
John was on with McAfee on Friday. So
Yes, there you go.
I figured it had to be an Indy. That's how I'll save myself.
No, you make the trip.
Anyway,
Just
well,
anything to say. Just I had a stroke.
Yeah.
Well, listen, you guys could take over about what happened on this Saturday, or I could try.
Go.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so at the end of the match, John Cena taps out. First time in his career. He taps out to a headlock, sleeper hold, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And the reaction was, I'll call it mixed. Peter, I'll ask you. You were in the building. You were there. You did the post show. What did you think of the way that John Cena's final match was handled?
Well, I'll say this to start off. Mixed is very generous of you.
Sure.
That is very kind.
Company man.
It was I don't know if I'd call it quite mixed. People were not happy.
No.
Here's my thing, okay? And let me explain real quick to Alan and Don and those who don't follow wrestling, but you do know who John Cena is.
Of course.
Right? Like the really I kind of realized he is who, if the power, and I'm making this up. This is not based on information, it's my own just opinion. I believe he is who people would love to be what Hulk Hogan used to be. Like when you mention wrestling, you go, oh, John Cena, right? Like that would be the perfect thing, right? Because we all know Hulk Hogan has his own checkered past. John Cena is a great candidate to be the Kleenex of WWE. You think wrestling, you go, oh, that's John Cena. So there's been a lot of hype about this farewell. It's been a really big deal. He's regarded as the greatest of all time. That's sort of the moniker he's been given. And we had Gunther, his opponent, on the show last week.
Alan's half-brother.
Alan's half-brother. They have the same last name, Austrian roots. And, listen, he's a really bad guy, and they really want him to be built up as a big character. So I think their thought was, in John Cena's last match, he makes John Cena tap out. John Cena has never tapped out once in his entire career. There is a time-honored tradition in wrestling that is a thing. You lose your last match. Right? That's, guys, they call it doing the honors. You lose to someone else, so they are better because you lost to them. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's sort of the point. However, here's what I'll say. If you spent, Don, that was the highest gate in the history of that arena.
Wow.
That includes the Capitals winning the Stanley Cup with Alexander Ovechkin, okay? So people spent a lot of money to be in that building. And I think that even if it's, they thought, okay, it makes sense that he would lose, I think it just didn't feel very good. And I think people were upset about that. And I get where they're coming from.
I don't
understand.
I don't understand because Cena's whole thing is about never giving up, right?
Literally, that's his thing.
To me, I don't know if this ever could have been done, but to me, it's like the way that should have ended is like he left it all on the mat and had to be carried off the mat. Like he
right, but
even stretchered off. Like just
so I don't hate that. I don't hate that either. And also, I think if you were going to do that, how about everybody wins? He doesn't tap, but he falls asleep.
Right.
And you have to carry him out.
Right.
But he never tapped.
So he never gave up.
Yes, it's like a very Rocky, Apollo kind of thing. I still never gave up. Like that. And then
he never got me down, Ray. Yeah,
I think there was also another missed potential opportunity. I thought after Gunther won, he would continue to beat Cena up. And then the good guys, the most popular good guys, would come out and save Cena and then maybe lift them up on their shoulders. So you got like that high energy moment at the end.
Emotion.
Listen, I know I'm very close to it. I have no idea what goes on in the writing rooms, what the conversations are. Whoever decided they wanted it to be this very dark, he just loses ending.
Well, I didn't hate it.
Go watch the post show. It was a brutal post show of lots of booing.
Yeah, it's so off brand.
I really didn't hate it, Peter. And I'm not
really. So even sitting at home, you watched live, Anthony?
Yeah, no, I watched it. The thing that I look, and I'm not as big a wrestling fan as you, of course, or of anybody that would boo it that's been as invested. You know me. I'm checking in on highlights most of the time.
Right.
But everybody and John was one of those people that said the exact thing that everybody was saying in here, that he never gives up. It's like, well, yeah, that's the point. He's done. He's giving up.
That's That is the argument people make.
In my mind, if that was the way that the writing room or however, and John's been involved seemingly in a lot of this this writing and the way that the story arc has gone, that in my mind, I think it's an apropos ending because he's not coming back.
But I hate
he's not
that.
going to be Undertaker and come back 3 years from now and go fight somebody in the middle of WrestleMania. Like, he's done. If he's truly done and this is it for him, he gave up.
I hate
that. Was it.
Because if you're somebody that was a fan of his for many years and you followed that, never give
Cena.
up, it then he gives up and you're sort of like, what was all this then? What was all this for? Like, so it was all, you know what I mean? Like, if I were him, I would have been a lot more protective of my image and the brand when it comes to how this thing ends, and I wouldn't have wanted to end that way.
But that's the
my
thing.
opinion.
That his whole thing is that everyone believes he's so unselfish that he just always wants to do what's right. But guys, the truth is, we'll never know. Like, we don't know if John Cena's actually pissed off that The Rock basically bailed on their storyline and it made him change course completely halfway through the year.
Well, maybe we'll find out later, but not right
maybe.
now.
but like, we don't know how we got to where we are.
No.
Okay.
I'll just say this in closing, let you guys get to the sports of it all. I'll just say it was truly cool. I was hanging out watching the monitor of the match before the last match, and so I'm just standing there as John Cena is warming up 5 inches in front of me before his last match, like watching that scene and the other wrestlers like watching him get ready was super duper cool, and I felt really grateful to be there. I was even grateful to have to awkwardly interview my boss Triple H as thousands of people booed him, but guess what? It was still must-watch TV.
It
was super
look great.
compelling.
Am I wrong? You got your picture with Cena, right?
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, I snapped one. I said, hey, I don't know. You know what? And John's a great guy. I saw him early in the day, and I said, at some point, I got to get a picture from you. And he went, no, at one point, do it right now.
Oh.
I was like, you know what?
What a guy.
Thank you very much. Well, because he knows that once things start getting crazy, they're going to get crazy. So, no, I was super happy for that. And I got to say, super happy to watch the commies get a good old win.
Oh, you know what,
I mean?
Peter? I'm so glad you brought that up. I think Mike Kafka needs another year just to kind of get the foundation
That's
going.
the fourth time he said that already.
Just
both on and
to
off
see
the
it.
air.
Just to see, because maybe this was just a fluke. Maybe he needs another year.
Can I ask a hard question here?
Sure.
And I want to ask it to Don. Did Dart at moments in that game look at you like, I still want to keep seeing more? This is what we were talking about.
Well, no, we're trading him for Joe Burrow. You missed the hour 4.
You know, the show really got Mom, just because what we talked about,
games.
bad first half, but then I thought he had his moments in the second half for sure. But I hear you. It's still in development, but he makes all the throws. But what we just said before we let you go, so you're in on the reindeer games, is that if Joe Burrow is somebody you could trade for, how attractive would it be for Cincinnati if the Giants offered the number 1, if they end up with the first overall pick, and Jackson Dart? Would that be better than the 5 first-round picks the Jets have? Because remember, Mike Tannenbaum said last week they're going to want a quarterback in return.
This is one of the great. I mean, this is, by the way, this isn't Blitzen. This is Rudolph.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, this is high-level reindeer games you guys are talking about.
Right. It's next level.
But
we had a creative meeting.
But that, I will tell you, though, that is appealing. If you're Cincinnati and you go, we're done, he definitely doesn't want to be here, there's no fixing this, you get Jackson Dart and you get a number 1. You get a guy who the whole league seems to think can play in Jackson Dart, and you also get the pick. And that is pretty appealing.
I didn't know that Peter was on the screen the whole time. I didn't know he had his Airlink going. I had it. I just saw it. So we're gonna get the back end of Peter.
Really, but just
here right before we leave.
Excuse me. Wait, what?
Yeah,
I'm not interested.
No,
I'm not interested.
We do not need to see the
I'm
back
sure
end
it's
of
fine.
Peter.
Sure, it's a comfy place.
I'm
good.
Here comes the happy.
I don't know if any of that happened.
Now, the reason we brought it up as a reindeer game is because Alan and I wouldn't do it. But
you wouldn't do it?
No.
Well, only because
as the Giants.
But what if your they let go of Shane, they bring in a new regime, and that new regime says, yeah, I like Jackson Dart just fine, but let's call Cincinnati and see if we can get Burrow. And they go, no, we're fine with Dart. And then that new regime goes, okay, well, I've got other offers. I'll talk to you later. Like, if you got that kind of ultimatum, like if you really love Mike McCarthy, you think he's the guy, and he tells you, love Dart, but let's call Cincinnati. Let's see if we can get Joe Burrow. You're going to say no? Are you going to tell Mike McCarthy, okay, we'll find another coach? That's why we brought it up.
It makes sense. The biggest X factor in the whole thing, frankly, guys, is the turf at MetLife Stadium. Meshing that with Joe Burrow, I have no.
But I'm happy with Dart. I'm disgusted with the rest of the team.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, if at the end of the year they said everyone's gone but Dart, they have a press conference. Dart actually just says, I'm all that's left.
He's all by himself.
I'm all that's
the
left.
Room is empty, it's just him.
Here's the thing. We can air it live and all that. I'll even go. And Dart's there at the press conference. He says, I'm all that's left. Let's get to work.
Ooh.
How fired up would the fan base
He's
be?
just all fired up.
It would never happen.
By the way, Don just committed his first error. I've never seen this before. Pen flip.
Missed the pen.
Bobbled.
I had to go pick it up.
Right to the floor.
No, listen.
That's the first error of the season.
It happens.
I mean, he was
not
immaculate.
to Don, but it happens to other people.
It never happened.
To mere mortals, it happens.
He was getting excited. He was talking, and when he gets excited when he talks, he flips the pen, and he catches it every single time. Except this time, he was Bill Buckner. Just couldn't handle it.
Buckner too.
Just
by the way,
appropriate
for the Giants conversation.
It is really because right through the 5.
I thought the end of the first half was great.
I will say, as meaningless as it was, though, I legitimately enjoyed watching us sweep the Giants. That actually,
do you really?
And that's the thing. That's the thing. Those dumb games are meaningful. It does feel good to sweep your division opponent, even in
I
a
want
lost year.
everybody to remember this.
Yes.
When we get into,
There we go.
what is it, week 17?
There he goes.
And it's the Raiders, and the Giants are favored, and everyone goes, you know what?
You know what?
Giants going to win that game. They have to. How could they not win that game?
Yeah.
Just everybody just remember where we are today.
Okay.
We do this
and
all
then
the
the day
time.
after it happens, whoever's on the show.
Peter, enjoy your back end.
You can only hope to contain Marcus Mariota. Just remember that. Thank you, and I'd like to let all of our listeners know there is a new Laura Rosenberg YouTube channel that's been created
already.
A video is up. A conversation was had between myself and Ebro today, in which Ebro divulged the incredibly salacious and spicy DMs that he got from one of the most famous artists on the planet, who wanted to take some shots at Ebro in the DMs. So if you want to hear that story, Drake, I'm talking about Drake. If you want to hear that story.
Say Drake.
That's right. Go check that out. But thank you, guys. I'm glad you let me talk the wrestling with Anthony and the Wrestling Nerds.
So we're going to get the back end of Peter. There you go.
All right.
No, we don't need
Enjoy the rest of your time.
All right, Peter. When Francisco Lindor gets traded, we'll call you back.
Yeah. Could happen at any moment.
So we got 5 minutes left here, and I've been told by Jacob, who got it from, I'm assuming, a very credible source, that both Jacob Trouba and Chris Kreider will get video packages tonight. So I got to rush home and make sure I see those.
Well, you shouldn't be surprised.
No, I'm not surprised.
No,
I'm just letting the fan. If you're going to the game tonight,
Columbus
you
gave
will
Jonathan Quick one.
I know. Well, that was funny. That
was
funny.
ironic. But Vegas gave him
Dryden
one.
Hunt got a mention, right, when he came back, Don?
Yes.
So really, if they didn't get one, they should be offended.
Colin Blackwell, I'm sure, got one when he came back. Listen, it's a new. You talk about woke. That's sports woke. Doesn't matter how long you played for a team. When you return, you got to get some sort of video and acknowledgement.
Now, I'll say this. You've got Chris Kreider, who is a lifelong Ranger and deserves his video package, and Jacob Trouba was the captain of the team. So both of them deserve their flowers tonight, and I'm sure the fans will give it to them. Before the game, Kreider and Trouba both spoke to the assembled media.
Yes.
Probably the biggest scrums that they've dealt with all year because they're back in New York. What would you say to the fans, Chris?
I think it's hard to express my appreciation for the support we had over all those years, over all those runs. I mean, it's an amazing building, right? It's the most famous building in the world, but it's a building.
Close.
Fans are making a special place. Just being out there this morning, pre-game skating on that ice, it's cool, but it's an empty building. So it's, at the end of the day, it's the fans that make it what it is, and I don't know, it's hard to put into words my gratitude and appreciation for the support and the passion over all those years.
I appreciated Trouba's awareness today, going, he might get a little bit different reaction than me, but it'll be fun.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that.
Yeah.
How long was Kreider a Ranger?
Well, he came up in the
was it 13 years?
Yeah.
No.
Was it the 2012 playoffs against?
So it was 13 years.
I thought it was it's been that long, right? The world's most famous arena.
Yeah, it's not.
You probably heard it thousands of times.
Anybody who's watched Welcome to Derry knows. Once you leave Derry, you forget. Once you leave the Garden.
Do you realize?
Not it's the most famous arena in the world. No.
The joke was during losing seasons, and the Knicks had a few of them. I'm not going to tell you who said it to me.
Okay.
But they said that if the Garden could talk, he would be the post-game interview.
Yep.
The Garden is a character in the Knick and Ranger play each year.
Oh, yeah.
And when you are losing, it becomes more
just
of
the
a
building.
factor.
Oh, the building.
But at some point, and I love Chris, and I got to see him. I didn't see him Saturday, but I did see him when we were out in Anaheim.
I heard about this.
And he's loving it out there. And that's a good young team that he's a part of. he should remember the world's most famous arena.
It just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
It's the most famous arena in the world.
You know what? That reminds me of a drop.
Do you think he cries?
Is it?
Yes.
I think he cries.
Yeah, he'll get emotional.
Trouba might not cry.
Do you know what drop I'm talking about when he was talking about the arena? When I was trying to find let's say in franchise,
Historic team, fan history franchise. It's somewhere.
Yeah, fine, because that's what when he was struggling with that, that's the one that popped into my mind.
Now fans get excited. Now, of course, Mika Zibanejad missed a team meeting. He will not play tonight. He's a healthy scratch. Fans are not taking that well at all. There is a chance, game time decision, Matt Rempe could be back tonight.
Okay.
Boy. So that'll excite the Rangers.
Him versus Trouba.
Oh, could you imagine?
Could.
I mean, listen, Trouba will walk right up to him. Say you want to go, and Rempe says okay, and then
okay.
That'll be that.
I think they should be more excited about the way they played against Montreal, and they fought back. They came back from 3-0 down, 4-2 down. That's a good win.
At home.
But just
that never happens.
So wacky hockey. So, Montreal reeling after that loss, they go home and just destroy the Edmonton Oilers. Hockey's just so weird.
Well, by the
right
way, Edmonton Oilers, very good chance to win the Cup now. Stuart Skinner off that team, you know how I feel. I don't care who it is. As long as it's not Stuart Skinner, I think they'll be fine. I think they'll be just fine.
Yeah, but now what are we going to text back and forth? Whenever something happens, Skinner gave up a goal, I text Anthony. It's the most. He is the one non-sports subject or non-New York subject that Anthony and I text about is Stuart Skinner.
And mostly anything hockey really, but the Stuart Skinner stuff is just.
I have to say, you go from Rangers to Giants to Skinner, then Yankees. That's what I think.
Oh, yeah.
Your sports passions.
And he's equally disgusted with all of it. Great job, man.
All due respect to Stuart Skinner. That's going to do it for ENN.
Good ENN.
You know what? This was fun. A lot of participation. Talk about it Tuesday. We've got that coming up tomorrow, and I already got one. I'm going to tell you off the air, Anthony, so we don't forget. Rangers hockey is next.
Harry Douglas here, and the holidays are rolling in, and if men in your life are struggling with their holiday wish list, tell them to add Manscaped to make gift giving easy and completely stress-free this year. From the beard hedger to the lawnmower trimmer, Manscaped's precision tools keep you looking sharp, feeling confident, and ready for every event and celebration. Right now at Target, get 20% off on the Handyman Shaver, Beard Hedger, and the Chairman Plus Essentials Kit, a must-have for a smooth face shave. Hurry up though, offer ends December 27th. Who knew caffeine could taste this good? With 5-Hour Energy Shots, caffeine just got a serious flavor upgrade. We're talking big flavor, from watermelon to strawberry banana to sour apple. Packed into a tiny 2-ounce bottle, you'll get as much caffeine as 12-ounce premium coffee with 0 sugar and also 0 crash. And with 17 bold flavors to choose from, there's a shot for every mood. Find your favorite flavor in-store today or grab a variety pack online at 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon and give your caffeine a flavor upgrade. This one's for the flavor fanatics. Sour apple 5-Hour Energy Shots don't mess around. They bring the bite. Tart, tangy, and packed with tasty caffeine, this little 2-ounce bottle punches above its weight. With 0 sugar and as much caffeine as your favorite 12-ounce coffee, it's the kind of pick-me-up that keep your taste buds happy without the crash. And it doesn't stop at sour apple. There are 17 bold flavors waiting for you to discover. Pick one up in store or stock up online at 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon today.
Getting more as a MyLowe's Pro Rewards member is easier than ever with the Lowe's app. Download it today and earn 500 points the first time you log in. Plus, your digital wallet helps you scan, save, earn, and access what you need to manage it all in one place. Download the Lowe's app and take advantage of your Pro benefits today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 12/1/25 through 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login per organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
Every aspect of your business will operate better and faster with artificial intelligence.